3?
What's up, everybody? Damn it, Stevens, can you stop talking when I'm doing my intro? God damn it.
I only have my top 3.
She's making tough decisions right now.
Jesus Christ. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast. I have that voice in my head now. The number one podcast for Kung Fu, martial arts, movies, and pop culture. What episode is this, y'all?
I don't know. Enrique writes these things down.
It's Stevens who really has this all the time.
Sorry, I'm making my list.
She's on 5. Wait, no, that's not.
This is 59.
59. 10 away from Enrique's favorite number. Hey, Barker, do you have a question to ask Enrique? Yes, exactly, 49. Do you have a question to ask Enrique?
Yeah, but who's 59?
I don't know who's 50.
Son of a
Wow, bro.
every week, dog. Hey, Barker, say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Enrique.
Hi.
Super Dude Stevens.
Hello.
And remember, my name is Ivan. Hey, everybody. Barca, Stevens, you guys, and I don't know, maybe Enrique. I don't know if you caught this weekend or not. You guys got to check out Doctor Strange. So, what'd you guys think? And there might be some spoilers, maybe not. We don't know, because I always open my mouth and say too much. Go for it.
All right, Stevens.
I'm going first.
What'd you think?
I was waiting for you to go. I enjoyed it. It is a different take than a typical Marvel story. But I liked the story. Am I going spoilers or no spoilers?
It's up to you.
Man, we live on the wild side. Go for it.
Well, I feel bad if you haven't
Do we
watched
see
yet,
Doctor
but
Strange's
I may
dong?
talk about
Yes or no?
No.
Nah, well, then it's not a spoiler for me.
I just want to know why I need to watch this.
Ooh.
Why do you need to watch this? To be honest, I don't know quite where it's I don't know where Marvel's going after all these, like the store, like everything online, and like, it's not the same road we were on where we knew we were getting the Avengers and the ultimate Thanos battle.
Maybe we will get into Infinity Gauntlet at some point.
I don't know enough.
They're still in building.
They're
mode.
still building different things, and I don't know enough to know where we're going.
What do you think, Barca?
What do I think of this movie? I think this movie is really, really cool. It's a horror movie. It's creepy. It's very atmospheric. The reason why you should watch this movie, it's setting up 2 things. Number 1, it's setting up Young Avengers. So America Chavez gets the first.
Who's this? Who's that?
America Chavez is a Latina character in the comics from a different dimension where there's a utopia. Same thing in this movie. She is the first Latina LGBTQ character.
Hey.
Specifically written that way. So
we got one in space. Now we got one in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, well,
getting there slowly.
But a lot of times people get mad because a character that's been cisgender for 60 years are like, now you're this. And here's our spin on this. It's like, no, it's like, you don't have to change the characters that were. You make new characters that are as compelling as the characters that we already accustomed to. So it's setting up the groundwork for Young Avengers. Young Avengers is a comic book series that includes Hulkling, so it's the Hulk son. You get America Chavez. You get Wiccan and Speed, which are Wanda Maximoff and Vision's kids.
The little kids from the show?
Yeah.
Yes. And so they are in this movie. And Sam Raimi, who directed Spider-Man, but directed Evil Dead, Army of Darkness.
And that's where you get the creepiness from, right?
Yeah. And there's it's his movie. Like you can tell signature shots. The cinematography in this is bonkers and through the roof. He does a lot of things where it's from point of view.
Okay.
Or then he starts to flip the camera.
Lots of weird angles.
A lot of movement, a lot of weird touch angles.
I like that, yeah.
Oh, I feel like the movie we watched today had a lot of weird angles, so that's going to be good to talk about.
Well, it's only one angle
Weird?
that
I
I'm
would
worried
say
about.
good and great angles.
Only one that I'm concerned about in this movie. But it's cool. I heard that people were complaining that it doesn't end the way the Marvel's movies do. Hey, you know what? Good.
What do you mean by that?
I think kids want the spectacle. It doesn't have a vortex at the end.
There's no big hurrah at the end.
It's not a giant set piece.
And it's also the more I was thinking about it today, because I had students who were telling me this.
Telling you that they didn't like it?
They didn't like the way it ended.
Okay.
And I think it has to do I think it has to do with the Raimi stuff, but I also think it has to do with what happens to people in the end. I think it's like it's not a victory.
It's a downer.
It's not a Shaw
Right?
Brothers movie.
It's
where
not
like,
a downer.
We did it.
Yeah, it's not a we did it. It's like the Avengers are, right? Like when the whole team comes and we win.
Yeah.
It's a we win, but it's a different kind of we win. And
There's a toll. There's a
It's
price.
a-
The
Yeah.
victory comes
We
with the price.
won? Like that kind of a thing.
kind of. And I think that is what gets them because they're still young, right?
Yeah.
So they're still like, oh, but I loved it. Like I thought that was how it should have been.
So my son goes and watches this thing, and the first thing he said was like, it was vicious compared to some of the other movies. He said some of the death scenes were kind of crazy, right? So he's like, can I spoil it? Can I spoil it? It was going to be that for the whole night. So I was like, I don't care. And honestly, I am that kind of guy where I could listen to all this and I'm still like, cool. I'm not that like, no.
You
Like,
can still enjoy.
yeah,
the
I
moment.
mean, come on. In the end, I'll be if I read the
You're still
comics,
gonna like
is
it.
anything a spoiler?
Right.
Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, anyways, but so he did kind of spoil a few things to me. But I guess my question is, then why do you think it is being not just by kids, but why is it being negative? And my son loved it, by the way. But why is it being negatively received? Because I heard it got some pretty bad reviews, right? Like, what do you think? What do you think? Is it the fact that it's not? You're like, dun-dun-dun,
Well,
or-
no. This movie has appearances by characters that people have wanted for the longest time, played
Yes.
by characters that have been wanted by a very long time. So the idea of the multiverse introduces this concept where you can have any character from any franchise that Disney or Marvel owns, as long as they have the movie rights to it. And we do get a lot of these characters, but people wanted Wolverine, people want Deadpool, and if you are telling the story, this is the story of Wanda Maximoff wanting to be with her kids by any means necessary.
which is a story that anybody could like.
Yeah.
That has kids could be like, oh, I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
And so
you would think.
if Deadpool shows up and he's like, hey,
Yeah, I get you.
right?
Yeah.
If Wolverine shows up for no story, no
There's
plot
no
point.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, bub, I'm just walking by. I'll tell you the greatest character in this movie, Pizza Papa.
Because who is that?
It's Bruce Campbell,
Who is also
Ash.
from Evil Dead, right?
Yes.
Yes. So it goes back to Sam Raimi. So doesn't Sam Raimi always put him in his movies or something like that?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, he's kind of a
They
big
are childhood friends. They're friends still in high school.
Oh, that's very cool. So, okay, huge spoiler, and we're obviously spoiling the movie because if you haven't noticed, they introduce the Illuminati,
Yes.
and within the Illuminati, we get the smartest man in the world,
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards. We get Captain Carter
Yes.
from the What If series.
Although I wanted her to be in the cartoon, she's buff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because I did see that, and she's not buff. Because you're right, in the cartoon she was jacked, and she got
Captain
really-
Carter. That's
What If? Come on.
Okay.
I think it was the first episode, wasn't it?
It's Haley Atwell, bud.
Captain America. But
Captain, remember she gets in the
She's
machine
British.
instead of him.
She's Captain Britain, but
So we see Captain Carter.
Gotcha.
We see Captain Marvel, but it's not.
no, it's not
Brie Larson.
It's her friend.
From the
friend,
movie.
but friend's mom.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh yeah.
It's not Photon,
but
it's
in the movie,
friend's
that's
mom.
her friend.
Oh,
Right, that's
yes,
her bestie.
yes.
Who
When they leave, yeah.
Yeah. If you remember
Yeah,
the
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
The other pilot.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then Professor X. Right.
and Black Bolt
Oh, and Black Bolt from the Inhumans.
from the short-lived
Yeah. Exactly.
television series Inhumans.
Okay. So we see all these people, and then they're gone.
Yes.
What do you how does that make?
I
Like, what do you
know.
think about that?
He brought it. I didn't.
Yeah.
Blame him.
We said we were ruining shit, so there you go.
Now Enrique's like, well, fuck it.
Hey, spoiler alert. So
You know what?
like-
To be fair, by the time I watch this, I'm gonna forget all this. So
Yeah.
There you go.
And by the time you watch this, if you haven't
Although
heard this, it's
I
video
can connect it to Fast and Furious, so just I'll do that at the end.
But like seriously, like
I'm back in.
how does that make you guys feel? The fact that they introduce these characters and these actors, especially for like Reed Richards, right? I heard people were super excited about that. And then they're gone. What I don't know. Is that a missed opportunity? Is that super cool?
Are they gone for good?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know.
That's where I was. Like when you're watching, it's like, oh my god, they just killed Reed Richards.
They're
We
not-
just got him.
They'll be back.
But that's the thing is like you have to step back and you're like, well, this is not our universe. This is not the universe that we are following.
Yeah.
Does that get kind of annoying after a while?
Sure, but
To jump from universe to universe,
Or to
it's very deliberate.
to bring back, keep bringing
to
people
kind
back.
of be like we can do whatever we want because we can just go to another universe.
Well, yeah, but so if you think about it, they can continue the story without it being a reboot. It's kind of like Doctor Who. Doctor Who is the same character as the first Doctor Who. Now they just introduced the first African American. Oh no, let me take that back. The first male African American Doctor Who, because there's a storyline where Doctor Who became a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
How many different Doctor Who's have we had?
15, 16 officially.
Yeah.
And this is the 14th. All the same character.
Yes.
With a different person.
Yeah.
Playing.
So he or she has lived the life, but it's again this ingenious way that if the guy or if the person doesn't want to be the character anymore, they're like, cool, all right. Well, in this episode, and it usually happens kind of around New Year's Eve, like special holiday episodes.
Okay.
They're like, all right, well, I'm dying. I have to regenerate.
Gotcha.
And then it always magical glow, and then cut to boom. Oh, hey, I'm now this new character.
And we're able to do that because, again, we could be in a different...
So I had this conversation with the student, and they said, well, why isn't Captain America? I'm like, dude, I said, if I was in this Marvel movie, I would want to be a Marvel character forever. And with digital aging technology, I could literally be in this movie forever. But as a studio, I don't have to pay Robert Downey Jr. millions of dollars and back end because... Guess what? In a different dimension,
this person
exists.
We were thinking like Iron Man. Doesn't somebody play him in the comic books? It switches to be somebody else, right? At some point, a female character plays Iron Man.
Well, that's a different.
But I'm saying you can do something like that. It's just that this different person became Iron Man. Okay, all right. And these movies and these shows continue to introduce that it's a different dimension. You can do something different. You can.
And what else was cool is if they are going to make Fantastic Four, maybe it is John Krasinski as Reed Richards.
But if you can't get him, maybe it's not.
Right.
Yeah, and if he doesn't want to do it, he's like, you know what? Well,
I just wanted that cameo.
Hey, I did this for the fans. Yeah. I was in it. You guys are welcome. Yeah. Thank you for wanting me to be this, but I can't play this character. Forever. I don't want to play this character. You know, my wife and I want to make something else. I want to direct my own movie.
Yeah, I just want to do something else. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is still a better option than all these Batmans that we've had, where it's supposed to be the same Batman, but we got to deal with the fact that it's different actors.
But it's not
playing
the same
them.
Batman, right? Because this is its own version of Batman or whatever.
It's
technically right.
Yeah.
It's in theory, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Right. It may be different times of Batman's life, but it's still the same Batman in the same world, right? But we got to deal with the fact that it's going to be, if we keep having them year after year after year, it's got to be played by a different actor.
But the thing is, so now DC is also embracing the idea of the multiverse, and
because this is the way to go. This is where, as an audience member, I feel like we're going to be more accepting of different actors playing these different characters.
And that's what I guess for me, that's always been because of Batman. I'm always like, yeah, okay. I don't know why people get so hung up on that. And I guess Marvel did it in a way where we can't bitch and complain because we've been introducing the multiverse. This is how this is.
Well, the Spider-Man, this last one was a game changer, right?
Yeah, right. So it's been introducing that from they've been doing that now. But
I feel like that was more of a happy accident, don't you think?
That was, but you know what?
But
Marvel's planting, but Marvel plants seeds, and you don't even know.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
So I know. Yeah.
Is anything an accident in their fucking world? I know. So okay, who's dead in these movies then?
In the
I know in the
616, which is what they're officially calling it, the 616 Marvel,
our verse,
Marvel universe. We don't know what happened to Captain America.
Yeah, it's an iffy. Okay.
We know that Scarlet Witch is dead.
Okay.
Well, sorry, that's a big spoiler. She's dead. Mm-hmm. She goes crazy. She's dead. Yeah.
Is this
That's the whole movie builds to that.
Mm-hmm.
She's dead.
All right, continue.
What's her name? Right? What's her name?
Right.
The actor.
Not Scarlett Johansson.
Well, Scarlett Johansson.
No.
Black Widow's
That's
dead.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.'s character is dead.
Yeah, Iron Man's dead, right?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth
Olsen.
Yeah. So those characters are officially gone. Nick Fury's in space. There's Skrulls going around.
Okay. But there's another thing. Couldn't all these people that are dead be Skrulls?
Yeah.
Fucking A. And I was thinking about that too. Because Skrulls are shapeshifters, right? For the people that don't know.
Yeah. So again.
So everybody that's died could be a Skrull.
If in the real world they can ask these actors to come back at a decent rate, then yeah,
And they
they'll come
figured it
back.
out. They're like, hey,
No, but I'm just saying for a movie, right? If Black Widow comes back, they could be like, oh, it was a scroll the whole time.
and
That's kind of cool. I'm mad at that though. Like, it's cool. Like, you know,
the big baddie for this new phase is oh my god,
The time dude.
yes,
Time Dude.
What's his name?
Kang
There
the
you go,
Conqueror.
Kang.
And so
I like Time Dude better actually.
we see different iterations. So even that, the villain in a lot of these movies is going to be the same villain, but a different variant of that villain. So it's like, oh, well, I learned from this one how to stop your mistakes. Just like in the original phase, Doctor Strange basically goes to each dimension and he figures out, oh, we have one chance and it's got to be run this way.
And I can't tell
I have
you
to give the time zone. And it's kind of messed up because he's a character that, because of his how proud he is, this stubbornness, he never gets the girl. And the closest he gets in this movie is he finds the girl in a world where Doctor Strange has already died.
Okay.
And there's something there, but even there, even she or both of them recognize, like, until I work on me, we can't work on we.
Okay. You know what's really cool about it is that my son noticed how much there was like what if stuff was in there. And he now like, I need to watch Moon Knight. We need to watch Moon Knight. Now he's like, I need to, because now he's like worried that
I have to.
if I'm not watching these side things,
I'm gonna miss.
I'm gonna be confused when we go into the movies, because he was like, "Oh, Dad, they talked about from what and from what if and from what," and I'm like,
Well, and this was a sequel to WandaVision.
see, and I need to get back on
more
that.
so than Doctor Strange. This was a WandaVision story.
And I think that's what it is for me, is that like I think because the first Doctor Strange was cool. I didn't mind it, but I also, it's nowhere near my favorite Marvel movie for sure. It was like whatever. And this one, I think I know that I need to watch that because I know it's based on her more than even him sometimes, at least as a baddie, which I'm like, I need to go and freaking watch that first. So I'm like not in a hurry, I think also. That's why I told my son, go ahead. I don't even care because I'm not going to watch this for a while.
I need to watch
WandaVision
this first. Yeah.
You know, I need to get the Rona one more time or something. And
I feel like that. I think that's the reason why. I feel like that's the reason why I have to watch everything too.
Yeah, because you're going to miss
there's-
something, right?
There's something that's going to be tied in.
I mean, at
or
this
there's
point,
something
and that
I'm
was
gonna-
super smart of them, right? Where
It's
they're
like
Yeah.
they planned it.
they're not just, but they're not just sticking to their movies, or they went out and did all these shows, and then they just
It's
they
part
were
of the
able
story.
to, they were even the ones that didn't intend to.
Shit, guys, we need to watch Morpheus. No.
Dude.
But I feel like all these, I feel like
Morbius or
in the
Morpheus?
Morpheus, God damn it! Sorry, English is my second language. Sorry.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, am I wrong? All the Netflix shows that first came out, those weren't supposed to ever be included in this movie universe that we.
Well, they kind of were, but then they were like, oh, we don't have the budget to make this happen. Whereas now that Disney has all of the monies, and they're like, oh yeah, and so but
You can bring Charlie
with the
Cox in.
ability, you
Yeah.
can choose the
Well,
best
they
things
did,
from
right?
those series.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I enjoy the Marvel characters that are more down to earth than the fantastical.
maybe that's my biggest reason for not liking Doctor Strange.
I like the supernatural
Yeah, he is
characters.
Like who?
Well,
Power Man.
no, well,
like
Morbius
Luke Cage.
in the comics was this weird anti-hero who hung out with. He was one of the Midnight Suns, so he hangs out with Johnny Blaze. He hangs out with Danny Ketch, the Ghost Rider, and then he hangs out with the Punisher.
See, but I like the Punisher. I like Luke Cage. I like Wolverine. I mean, I know Wolverine's a mutant, but in the end, all he has claws and he just gets the shit beat out of him all the time. But like, you're Batman. You're people that they're not going to. But like they could. All it takes is a bullet. I kind of like that. Maybe that's why I'm not a person. I'm not a big fan of like the Captain America. I mean, Captain America. Well, I know you're not a fan of Captain America, but like the Doctor Strange,
Because they're never
like
gonna,
that.
they're not. They're
You
never
just
gonna
feel like
lose.
they're gonna troll around, and it's gonna be all right. And I'm just like, that's cool. I do like that. Like that's why I think I really dug the Netflix shows, because they were
more
gritty.
grounded.
And even Jessica Jones, who was that shit was crazy. Like that was a really good show. So yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. It's a little more vicious, and I think I've always been a bigger fan of that hero than the like a character that just can't.
The cosmic characters.
Yeah, like Black Bolt in this, right? Like, I mean, she found the way to do it, but like, what the fuck would you do against that guy?
So is what I want to know
And that's
is
it.
is Captain Marvel not in this movie because she's out helping the Torettos?
Fucking gone. I'm out. If I'm seeing somebody else, God, are you trying to say that they're in the God? Take my mic off. You're trying to say that they're in the same universe, bro?
Well,
Is that what you're telling me?
what is the name of Charlize Theron in Fast and Furious?
Oh,
shit!
you know this off the top of your head?
I don't. She's a side character.
Well, guess what? She is now going to be Doctor Strange's lady.
Sweet lady.
And at the end of
Really?
this movie, opens up a portal and says, "Hey, we got to go and save the universe."
And behind it is a tank top.
And then it said, "For my family." And then boom, portal closes and you see her. Fast X.
What's her name in this?
She's Clea. In the Marvel universe, she's Clea.
Cleo. Was that a like a big secret, or did we know she was gonna be in
Oh,
there?
Marco, when the portal opens,
She's
do you hear
the
this?
last scene.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you hear this? I can, damn it, Enrique, I can only use so much of this song. I use like 2 seconds. I can do it again. So when the portal opens, what do you hear in the background? What does he say?
He's all family. And then you hear a bottle open and it's a Corona time.
But okay. So
Her name is Cypher, and
She's Cypher. Cleo Cleason.
Guys, if you hear any cracking, it's my bones. Don't think it's a dog eating food in the background. But do we know who she's talking to? Is there, I know everybody's are like, I saw a
She's
shadow
talking to
of the
Doctor
horn.
Strange.
Oh, no,
She comes
she's
to
talking
get
Doctor-
him
okay,
and
I'm sorry.
Pops out
says,
of a portal
and says, we gotta go.
Yeah, bro.
So now she's taking our Doctor Strange to her.
Yeah, because in the movie, they talk about how other Doctor Stranges
I'm not smart enough for all
ruin
this stuff.
worlds.
You'll forget everything. Don't worry about it.
Ruin worlds by
It might be one
by
that you don't like
incursions,
because
by-
of that.
Basically, they started mixing universes, and
Okay.
the
It's
easy
universe
to
just went to
follow,
hell.
All right. They're blending the colors. All right. So speaking of
Blending of color.
hot dudes, I had nothing for it, so I'm just gonna go with that. Enrique had homework. I mean, Stevens had homework, and it was time.
Enrique
to
helped with
make
my homework,
her-
though.
I knew it. To make her official 2022 hot dudes list. Ew. Don't do that.
Can we revisit that again, please?
You know, so like
Rewind.
2022
That's not necessary.
hot dudes.
Yes.
list.
Or say it again, but just say don't just say hot dudes normal.
Okay, 2022 hot dudes list.
After dark.
So, all right, and I gotta tell you,
Enrique has provided pictures just so you can see at home. He has gone through and provided pictures on my spreadsheet.
Can't you just take a screenshot?
Spoiler alert.
Hey, can't you just send a screenshot to Enrique and you can
You
see
put it where?
Here, if you were on YouTube.
I suppose that's true.
or you can see it here too if you want.
Hey, did you see your list right there?
I have
bro?
not seen it. I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Your
So this
list
is the thing.
right there.
Spoiler alert, you gotta wait till the end of the episode or later to find out because I'm thinking that there's gonna be a change in the hot female list of all time. But for right now, we're focusing on the dudes. Dudes aplenty. Dudes almighty. Stevens, number 5 on your list is
Oh, number 5. We're going number 5. Simu Liu.
from what movie?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Not a trick question. All right, number
couldn't-
5.
From Kim's Convenience.
Yes.
Kim's Convenience.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Wow. All right.
I know
all
this
right.
was really difficult.
All right.
by the
you
way.
could say it was. All right, number 4.
Oh, no, you can't.
You could
In this
say it
case,
was-
you can't.
You could say.
Like nipples. Go.
Jackie Chan.
Ooh. From.
Specifically Wheels on Meals, but there are some other ones.
The one where he's in his
will-
chonies, Choni Chan.
Tony Chan.
Oh,
Where he's
that
got
was,
the little-
that was
the one
Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah, that was with that weird combo that I swear my son wore at
It's up
some
there.
time when he was a baby. All right, number 3.
In his younger movies, it's
Yeah.
a little more.
Yeah. Number 3.
Number 3 is Nicholas Say from Raging Fire.
I
He's
almost
the
thought you
cleaned
said
up-
Nicolas Cage. From
Nicolas
Face-Off. From which
That's
movie?
your number 3.
It is with the bullet. Number 3
from Raging Fire.
are white
The-
dress samurai kind of a guy. Not samurai, but swords guy. Right? The other bad guy.
Oh my gosh. Donald Duck fell.
The bad guy in the movie.
He couldn't help
No,
it.
he's the cop.
Oh, the one you
Then
like.
he's like all cleaned up,
I'm so
and then
sorry.
he gets
Yes.
all.
I got
dirty
pictures
and
on here
whatnot.
for you, bro. Go.
Okay, I'm doing drumming right now. Number 2.
Louis Tan.
Whoa, number 2 from what movie?
He's tall, dark, and handsome.
He is tall, dark, and handsome.
Fistful of Vengeance.
Yes. Okay. Who's also on that show
Yes.
that I've continued
Woo
to watch.
Assassins.
And good goddamn.
I've only caught another couple. I need to get caught up with you.
Woo! All right. And number 1 for dudes. Hot dudes.
After dark.
Number 1 on the list is
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen as a substitute teacher.
No.
Oh, okay.
As Chimwit Irway from Rogue One.
No. From Killzone.
Yeah, okay. All
From
right.
Killzone.
Oh, it's an interesting list.
It's that leather jacket.
I will tell you that I had a conversation with Steven the other day, and I said that we were booting out our homeboy because of that stupid haircut in this movie.
He is my number 6.
Okay, yeah.
But in Only the Strong.
What have you done for me lately, bro? And it was that stupid haircut.
Mark Dacascos.
Yeah, he had like a thing down the middle, right? And it's like, yeah, that was a look in the 90s, though.
I guess. Is it Joey Lawrence?
Yes. Joey Lawrence has awesome hair.
But it was, yeah, you're right. It was like part in the middle
It's
and it
hair
just
drapes.
went out. Okay, interesting. And the other guy didn't do it for you from Double Dragon. What's his name?
Scott Wolf.
No, Scott Wolf?
Scotty Wolf.
Because you know him by first name.
After
His fighting in this.
Wait.
This is
Whoa,
not
okay.
the second half of the show.
Save it for the sequel.
Seriously, bro.
You can relax. So last week, real quick, just to update you guys, I was talking about my, we talked about our driver's ed class, and good Lord, none of those were lies as well. That was all true. But we didn't get to do our actual driving part at the school. It was weird. We just got ready for the test. I think that went did you drive at your high school? Like, did you guys actually have a car?
I actually I didn't drive
It
until.
was a horse and buggy.
I didn't drive
Part of
until
his
I turned
cult had
18.
to wear different hats.
But no, I would say, did they teach it? Sorry, that's a better way. Did they teach driver's ed in high school?
I wouldn't know.
His teacher was
I never took
Malachi.
it.
Was it an option? Do you know?
I don't remember.
It wasn't an elective.
We all had to take it, right?
We had to take the class.
Yes. But again, there was no vehicles involved. But I heard before, actually, they had vehicles. And
It got too expensive to insure them or something?
Something like that, which makes sense when you kind of think about it. Steve, did you get to drive in your school?
I think it was an option, but shoot, I was so wanting to drive.
She's
so,
too fast.
Like as soon as I was 15 and a half, we put me in a class and I did it all outside of school. But,
Same here. So I ended up doing that too.
I was ready to go.
Yeah, that's one interesting thing.
The need for speed.
The need for speed. That's one thing I've noticed with younger people now. Like,
Yeah, they don't want to
they
drive.
don't want to drive,
It's weird.
which is so crazy because to me, it's like I couldn't wait. Like, let's
Why?
go.
Why? What is that? Why do you think?
I have the answer.
What is it?
Okay, so
This is gonna be good. Let me.
if we get on the way back machine,
Way back.
well, no, think about it, right? We are the last generation without the internet.
Okay.
So if I want to do anything, if I want to go see a friend, I need a ride.
That's true.
And so if you think about it, you had
That's a good
certain
point.
friends that had certain cars. Like, hey, man, you want to go do this? You want to go that? We're going to the movies. These kids don't have to go out because everything is available.
You can even watch a movie together from your houses.
I can now
a great
order
point.
food from whatever restaurant I want, and someone just drops it off. They don't even have to not. You don't have to interact with that person. You might just hear a little knock, right? Knock, knock, knock. Oh, hey, and so wow, I think that's the reason people don't want to.
Let me say something.
No.
So because I'm gonna say because I had something happen at my house. My kid was homesick last week.
Okay.
Well, a classmate of his, junior high age, bought him food from school and had it delivered to the house so he could eat.
School food?
I know. That's
Or
what
Subway.
like Taco Bell. Oh, it's like
So the homie was at school, bought him Subway, sent it to the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is like this. This
I don't have
kind
to
of proves your point. It's like
We've raised a generation of agoraphobic children. People.
yeah.
Dude, it's Wally, bro. It's happening, dog.
It
We're
is
gonna be in those
happening.
chairs, man. That's a good, I mean, I think about it, like, I kind of used to think like, oh man, because my son goes to his high school, which is not like, his friends aren't the dudes on the block like it was with us. At least it was for me. It was kind of like who I could actually go and see. Once you get to high school, it stretches out a little bit more. But even then, by that time, you're probably driving. Yes. So you can go hang out.
Or you have a homie that drives. There's always that one homie.
He's always worried, like, damn, dude, he's going to be at school and his friends are going to be over here. What the fuck? They always talk when they're playing.
Yeah.
So they never really need to be next to each other. So like when he asked to go to see Doctor Strange and go with his friends, like, yes. You want to be dropped off early? Fucking better. The earlier the better, bro. Go just be with your friends and probably have the cops follow you in the mall. There's too many of you. Have that kind of shit. Like you need to go do more of that.
There's a year we spent at the mall.
I'm fucking bumming it, dog. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, so I think John's fucking right the fuck. I never thought about it like that, and it seems like such a answer. That's fucking amazing.
To be able to drive was this huge amount of freedom. That for me, I hate to drive.
Yeah, me too.
I hate to drive, and that feeling of freedom went away so quick. I think it was 3 years at the most.
Because as soon as your parents sent you to go do fucking errands,
exactly.
That's probably when it went away. Yeah.
Every time you're
that was the day I got home with my license.
Yeah.
Well, every time you're hanging out with the uncles and the tias, and they run out of beer or not beer, but
I do that to my nephew. No, it's beer. Hey Anthony, hey dog, hey, here, take my car, bro. Hey, you know,
pan dulce.
Pan dulce. Calling his goddaughter for some pan dulce at 1 a.m. Fuck, some fucking pan dulce. Yeah, she's like, I fucking hate driving. But it's right on. I mean, so I was just like Stevens. I wasn't 15 and a half, but I was 16, and there was a local driving school, and I got there and I felt like I knew how to do most of the things, but it was cool to learn. Oh, that's that rule. It was one of those where you're like, oh, that's that rule. But the driving part was cool. But so the first day, I think it was 3 days or 3 weekends. I can't remember, but it was multiple days. And after the first day, they would take you by yourself driving. So it was myself and an instructor, and you would drive. And it was those cars where they also had the brake pedal on their side, but they were like their cars. They just souped them up, but they set them up to have a brake on their side. So the first time it was a husband and wife combo, right? And the husband's like, hey man, what do you like? You want, you ready to drive? I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. And he was like, all right, we got this amount of time. We're just going to drive around town. And I'm like, cool. And they had like a, I don't know, Toyota something or whatever, right? And he's like, what do you know how to drive? And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm pretty good. And he goes, let's take this one. And he peels a sign off of the Toyota because it was a magnet, and he slaps it on his Corvette. And he's like, where do you want to go? And I was like, fuck, I don't know, the mall. And I was like, he goes, all right, let's go. So we just started, let me drive a fucking Corvette, dude. And we're fucking just going. And then he takes me out so we can fucking fly. And he's like, yeah, go for it, dude. It was fucking awesome. I'm like, at what point, Todd, do I have to reach over and give this guy a hand job?
I was going to say, I
was being groomed.
After done.
So we did fucking a great time. I was like, I might have to just juggle him a little bit or something, but fuck it, whatever. I'm driving a Corvette. This is fucking amazing. But he was just a cool dude. Whatever. But he was like, you could tell, like he was just a wild one. You could just fucking tell. I'm like, this motherfucker, like, he into some shit, right? But he didn't come off anything weird. I shouldn't say that. But nothing, he didn't say anything crazy. And no, I didn't have to fucking do anything or whatever. But I got to drive a Corvette. It was fucking awesome. So we get back and he's like, all right, man, next week, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, cool, next weekend, it'll be this dude again. We're going to fucking go. So then the next weekend comes and it's his wife. And we got to meet both of them the first week because they did the paper part of it together or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
So he's like, oh, blah, blah, we're going to go out and stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. And we take like a sedan of some sort. It was a nice car or whatever, right? And same thing. She was like, okay, drive over here, drive over there. She just starts telling me everything about their fucking relationship.
Oh,
and again, this is 16-year-old me.
One of the open people.
I'm definitely fucking eating cooch today. I'm like, this is definitely gonna go down. She took me in some like neighborhoods and was talking about like nice neighborhoods where she had to put keypads in and talking about these houses and that they live over here. Hey, nothing happened either. Nothing ever did happen. But I was just like, what the flying fuck is going on? And then she started talking about her husband, about how she thinks he's doing this and that, and about how, dude, it was fucking wild and weird.
Do you think she was trying to kind of see if maybe...
No, I just think what I realize more and more that I meet these strange people that I have to have some kind of interaction for work or for something. You're there to talk about this one thing, and they end up talking to you about 35 other things.
Because they probably don't have anybody to talk to about.
So if she knows she has me in the car for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, I have to fucking listen. And I have to not be an asshole because in the end, she signs that piece of paper that says I did my classes.
Yeah.
Honestly, think she was just venting. It was just really weird because the week before I'm over here joe riding and this guy's kind of being a little extra with these girls and stuff like that. And you could totally tell he's like, hey, you know, he's doing that stuff. And then the next week, it's a wife fucking kind of like telling me all these things that are going on. And I'm like, it got to the point where I'm like, is shit. But at one point in time, she tells me like he isn't bringing it in bed. It never got to that point, but it was all emotional stuff. And I'm just like, we get back and I'm just like, so do I get my certificate or not, man? Like, you know, like what's going on? But it was just really weird. But I've just realized that the more and more I kind of go through stuff, again, you're here to talk about one thing, but you end up hearing about 35 other things that have nothing to fucking do with what's going on. But I guess it also kind of is the job that I have and the job that we have. It probably opens up to that. I don't know. Am I wrong, Enrique? Does that ever happen to you? Where no, right? He's just like, that's what I'm saying. I think it comes with the territory for us.
Yeah.
But you're like, I just had to happen today where I'm like, I'm just here to drop your son off because of this thing. And now I'm hearing about 85 other things that have nothing to do with it. So I don't know. It was weird and I was a little scared because I'm like, what the fuck am I going to have to do here? But it was just all fucking weird emotional shit. But
they were both trying to feel you out.
I think maybe they were swingers. Nah, maybe they were down for the trade, bro. You know, that would have gave me the fucking 108 plus fucking certificate, but it didn't go down. It was all good though. But yeah, that was fucking driver's ed for me, and then I fucking aced the test. So whatever, their methods worked. All right, like,
wow. That's so interesting that you had a double couple teaching you how to drive.
Yeah, you know, similar to this movie. After this break. And that was a trailer to Double Dragon. Hey, Abarca, I waited for you to drink and everything, bro. You see like I did that? Hey, Abarca, hit him with the back of the box.
Double Dragon, folks. In post-apocalyptic California, brothers Billy Lee and Jimmy Lee are highly trained martial artists living in the ravaged city of New Angeles.
Oh, God.
The pair have been trained by Satori, who took them in after their parents died. When Satori finds herself pursued by an evil overlord named Koga Shuko, who's intent on possessing her mystical dragon medallion, the siblings are charged with protecting it from Shuko and his henchmen. This movie stars Robert Patrick. Yes, the Robert Patrick.
The Terminator, motherfucker.
As Koga Shuko.
That's right. That's
Scott Wolf as Billy Lee. Mark Dacascos as Jimmy Lee. Julia Nixon as Satori. Christina Wagner as Lash. And Alyssa Milano from Embrace the Vampire herself as Marion.
What was Robert Patrick's name in Peacemaker?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, he plays
White
the dad.
Dragon.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, okay.
something like that.
Same universe? We'll never know.
So I was
All right, Enrique. What'd you think about this movie?
I wasn't supposed to like this movie, but I did.
I told you it was good.
Oh my God.
This
liked it
movie
too?
rocks.
You liked it, or you like it like we've been telling you we like American Ninja?
Oh no.
He liked it.
No, I mean, okay. I mean, if not, take American Ninja out of it. Where you know it's a bad movie, but you liked it.
If I would have seen this
As a 4-year-old.
when it came out, if I would have seen this when I was 15, I would have liked it a lot more than what I liked it now.
Really?
But I still enjoyed it.
Okay.
I felt like a lot of the stuff too kind of
Did it make you feel like you were 15
yes.
again?
Yes.
So it made me feel stuff, especially when I saw that Marion girl.
All right.
Some stuff holds up in this movie. Most of the stuff does not hold up.
Wait.
No, most of the stuff.
might lose me on that one.
No, hold on. No, I said it. I said it wrong.
You said the loud part quiet and the quiet part loud?
Yeah. Well, a lot of stuff does not. Most of the stuff does not hold up.
Okay.
But the VR thing, that held up pretty well.
These are those graphics, bro.
Well,
You know what held up from this movie?
the actual headset.
I'll tell you what held up from this movie. If it takes a while. That's what held up from this fucking movie, bro. The time this song came on, I was like, hell yeah, bro. I knew exactly what that song was. That's Pure Love by Crystal Waters, motherfuckers. They used it like 3 times this movie.
Wow, but hey, we can't use it.
Well, that's
or
what
else
we
we
use
get
like 5
demonetized.
The worst part of the movie for me was Scott Wolf.
How dare you? Scott Wolf brought
all
everything
together?
to this movie.
Like
The
everything?
fighting. The fighting.
Oh, okay, of course. All the fighting, but one person in this movie sucks a donkey dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's about it. Okay. Wow. So
But he's
held
one
up.
of the double dragons, though, bro. That's why that was more
But they
jarring.
had to appeal to the kids who.
To you at 15.
Who else could have been in this instead of him
Ooh.
at this point?
Oh,
Joey
this
Lawrence?
was 94.
94.
Oh, Brandon Lee.
Jason Scott Lee. My go-to. Kino himself from Ninja Turtles.
Ah, yeah, dude. Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Let's look. This is the thing.
That sidekicks dude.
Over here. We'll go through it.
Stop.
Look. They're brothers?
Yeah. Identical brothers, bro.
Again, one's from where is he from? Belgium.
Are they supposed to be brothers?
Yeah. They're Jimmy and Billy Lee. They're Ugg and Home Lee, bro. Like, they're brothers, dude. All right, guys.
That's what I mean. Why Scott Wolf? Which I get why, because what was he doing at this point?
He was an up and comer at this
He
time.
was,
Like
yeah,
this was
he
his,
was.
But so was
What
Mark
sitcom was he in?
Dacascos, right? Like he wasn't in too much.
But he can fight at least.
Mark Dacascos,
True.
he was in Only the Strong.
True.
Was this before or after?
This was a
Only
year
Strong?
after
This
the
is
Only
after.
the Strong.
Yes. But before Party of Five
For Scott Wolf.
for Scott
Yes.
Wolf.
Ah, dude. So it worked for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it really did. And I think there was no fighting scenes in Party of Five.
Party of Five. No fighting, please.
Oh, they were fighting
Emotionally?
emotionally
That's what
to
it
keep
was.
their family together.
Okay. So thousands of years ago.
Instead
that
of
a
double
Fast and
dragon, it's
Furious?
quintuple dragons.
Quintuple
He
dragons.
followed this up with quintuple dragons.
Thousands of years ago, a king created a medallion that controlled the body and the soul. And we find out in the beginning that Chinese, Tibetan monks looks like what they were dressed as, right? You would say, kind of. Are protecting the medallion, and the bad guys are looking for it. I have no idea who the fuck these bad guys are, but they're looking for them. And there's a guy in like little mirror suits. Like his suit was like, I don't know how to explain it. Well,
It was like mirror armor.
yeah,
It's
right.
futuristic
armor?
mirrored armor.
Adamantium, maybe?
No.
Who knows? Who knows? So they run around town. They find the one guy that has it. We find out that one of them gets down with the whip. I was like, is Indiana Jones in this movie? What the fuck's going on? And then these Tibetan monks are cool at hiding shit, but they're also stupid as fuck because they basically hanging on the biggest fucking statue inside of a cave. And then the Tibetan monk does this. He looks at it, but then he looks away. And the guy's like, oh, it's up there, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So then they get it. Then they open up the newest technology on the streets. It was this little box that had an antenna that went back and forth, and then you would just type a bunch of shit, and they were like, we got it.
That didn't hold up.
That ain't no up for you.
Bro, that's 5G. What are you talking
That's
about?
like, that shit might be 6G, dog. That's how futuristic I was. So then they get it. Whatever. My notes are a computer ? So then we get to this movie was made in 1992.
94.
94. Oh, that makes way more sense. And the movie is in 2007, New Angeles, after the quake. And we get thrown right into a commercial for Jax.
Well, this is after the first fight scene, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
is it after the first?
Yeah.
You want to call
Because-
it fight scene? Do you mean the tag team fucking karate competition?
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. But
Listen,
there's one of those jacks in there. Remember?
The
Yeah, and
All
he's like-
Valley Karate Tournament still exists in New Angeles. Also,
What else exists?
Manny, you gotta come back because Karate Kid season 4 or no Cobra Kai season 4.
Yeah, 5.
5 is back in
September.
back in
you said,
September,
huh?
yes.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say anything.
I saw the trailer
but-
and they're like, we gotta go get Miguel, and I was like, I know where he's at.
And I just gotta say, I mean, coincidence that after he did our podcast, he got into a martial arts thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Y'all
Maybe
welcome.
we have the power to do that. There you
I
go,
see.
motherfucker. See what I did
see
there?
what you did
See
there.
what I did there?
I see. Yeah.
All right. So
So stupid.
no, I think the Jack commercial was before.
No,
the,
it wasn't.
No, it comes after.
No,
they
because
use
I
the jack.
specifically remember seeing
you're
that guy
right.
using the
You're
jack.
right.
I'm like, what the fuck is he
What
doing?
was he using? That?
First
He was
of all,
using the jack.
He's using a jack.
No, I went like this, bro. I don't know how you.
I'm like, damn it, Rica, does it come around the corner or does it just like?
I mean, depends. Depends in the mood, bro. I mean,
It's crooked like a cockroach leg. But okay, so we get a tag team competition, which is fucking stupid as fuck. It is legit a karate tournament.
It is dumb, yeah.
That is a tag team karate tournament.
And Scott Wolf's punching is dumb as fuck too.
And they do their best job. I think that's why we didn't get a lot of fight scenes like this.
Bro, we had one chance to get Scott Wolf, and this is
yeah. And then I think they were like, okay, we're gonna show Homeboy get down, and then he's gonna come in and throw stupid punches, and then he's gonna come in and jump on their back and play around too much.
Because that's his character.
But also because he can't fight worth the fuck.
Yeah.
You know, we're other boy.
Because that's his character.
And he can't fly worth the fuck. But yeah. And then like, so they don't win the tournament, but we find out that Billy's more of the kid and Jimmy's more of the adult of the two brothers. And you know, whatever.
Yeah, Billy the Kid, man.
Then we get a commercial for Jack's.
Jack City, baby.
There you go. Which, I don't know. Maybe that's where they got New Jack City from. I have no idea. That's where this is all the same world. Rockabye, baby. And we get a new Jack City Jack City commercial, which is fucking wild because there's never ever a talk about Jax after that again, is there?
No.
Is there even an earthquake after that bitch again?
Yes. Aftershock.
Yes, and you see
Okay.
you see that the building where Koga Shuko is has this weird kind of protection against earthquakes.
Oh shit, I didn't even pick that up. Yeah. Oh, okay, interesting. So then we get 3 of the fucking wildest cameos in the movie ever. I fucking loved every single second of it. We
they were good.
Vanna White,
Yeah.
George Hamilton, and as the weather guy, Andy Dick.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This was fucking bonkers.
He's the smog man.
Yes, yes. And we're to believe that you need to be able, the air's so bad you can't be outside.
There's a curfew, right?
There's a curfew because the freaks come out at night and the gangs. But during the day, the gangs stay away and it's where the cops.
Because they've made that compromise with the cops.
Yes. Did you not feel like it was Beat It for a split second when the gangs are coming out? Like I felt like they opened up a... That's all we can get. We got to do. Sorry.
Also, more of the kids hanging out in this warehouse with a bunch of games.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That was the power core.
If you wanted to be a lowlife in the 90s, you're hanging out.
So
you have video games?
So this was the thing. Apparently.
You didn't hang out? I hung out at arcades. I did.
Not a big warehouse with a bunch of homeless kids, though?
I was getting fucking touched by the lady that showed me how to drive. So no, dude, I don't have time for this shit.
Because so far we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mm-hmm. We got, Rumble in the Bronx.
Yes, that's true.
We got this.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And I never really thought about it that way. Like, it was kind of, why? Like, someone did it and everyone's like, let's do this again.
It's a big open space that you can play with. I think that's probably why. No? I mean...
But why always kids?
Oh, I get you.
Well,
this is a kid's movie.
This movie is obviously catered for kids.
Turtles was technically speaking.
Yeah,
okay. So here's the thing. I've been listening to Elvira's book, Cassandra Peterson's book, or Cassandra Peterson, and she is talking about the making of her movie, Mistress of the Dark. And they wrote a movie where it's the same movie. She goes to this town and people are like, dude, you're weird. You got big boobs and like you're making everybody uncomfortable. The studio says, hey, you know what? If this is a kid's movie, it's got to have teenagers in it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, that doesn't make sense. Like, why would... No, if this movie is going to sell to kids, it's got to have teenagers. That movie comes out in 1988. And so I think that if it has if it's geared towards kids, it has to have some sort of kids in it. And she's like, well, dude, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then then you come back, well, Temple of Doom. And then...
So it's just a way to get a bunch of kids in the movie.
Yeah, and they're like, well, Jaws. And you're like, Jaws 3.
So you got to put kids in it if it's catered for kids. And we see a lot of those kids in there. Like they make it a point to show it to you, like in different places. So the gangs start coming out and our boys are leaving from the tag team tournament and they're trying to get back home. And we start getting introduced to some fucking wacky gangs. We have the clowns. You guessed it. They're fucking clowns. And then
they're more like mimes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Are these all different gangs or are they just one big street thugs?
I imagine they were different because they have their "Can you dig it" part of this movie later.
With Michael Berryman, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
I felt like he was uniting the gangs at that point. We have the Mohawks with a prominent character. What was his name?
Bo Abobo.
As soon as this fucking scene started with a car chase, there's a lot of chasing in this movie. There's car chases, there's a boat chase, but this car chase was fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Their station wagon is powered by.
So there's no gas in this
I'm
world,
assuming that. Yeah.
right?
So it's powered by burning papers.
Or whatever. I think
Then
they're
we
through
find
crows
out
in there.
that the gangs are connected to a gang network
Yes.
where they can.
So the internet, they have their own internet.
Okay.
Their own dark web.
There you go. The double dragons are able to look up the stats of the people they're going to fight,
Yeah, this was a little much.
right? And then there's chasing, and there's a part where their move is to throw a map back, and the map gets stuck
Oh,
to the
like
front.
a paper,
It's like a map with peanut
newspaper,
butter?
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
no, it was a map with peanut butter. That's what I felt like.
Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah. And it gets stuck to the windshield.
So then he brings out a joystick. That was dumb.
Yes,
That was
yes,
super
it was.
dumb.
But wait for it. It all builds to a really good part of the
Because he was driving without having to see.
So then he's shitty at it. So then the other guy jumps on there. Who is that bad guy that comes out throughout the movie? You wish he would die, but he doesn't. But he gets this kind of at the end.
You don't know how to play video games.
And me doing, and he just starts fucking driving or whatever. And then they crash.
So, yeah. And so.
Am I
No.
missing anything?
No, we're gonna push pause here.
Okay.
Because the Double Dragon, the video game, is Jimmy
Yes,
and Billy
thank
Lee.
you.
They kidnap Jimmy's or Billy's girlfriend.
Yes.
And then they're like, all right, let's go get her back. And
And
it literally is
that's
a
the whole
beat 'em
thing,
up
right?
for 6 levels.
I was gonna ask: is Abobo?
Bobo is the guy at the end of the first level.
Thank you.
That's all. It's got a big old giant dome.
Yes. So they were trying to cater to the game a little bit, but all this other shit was just wild.
Yeah, like I don't understand why it has to be post-apocalyptic. And then not
Right.
just that, but then
And the game doesn't take place. It takes place like in New York or something.
yeah, it's
The game looks pretty shitty. It does look like New
Final
York.
Fight. Final Fight seems to be in a post-apocalyptic kind of world where Hagar is the
Mayor.
mayor of it.
Yeah.
So that makes a little more sense. And there's like this crazy wild things. But
Final Fight was a shit, bro.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that game. I played the new one that dropped recently too. That was really good.
But it, like this movie has all this future things happening, and I don't think it needed it.
Did you play Double Dragon? It sounds like.
Yeah,
Did you play Double
I
Dragon?
played the shit
like
out of that
6 of
game.
them or whatever.
Did you play Double Dragon at all, Stevens?
A little bit, to the extent of knowing what it was.
Yeah, me too. And this didn't get me back to fucking Double
No.
Dragon.
This to
at all.
me is that it suffers from the Super Mario thing, where if it was its
Good
own
call.
movie,
It's its own thing.
if it's its own thing, then this would be this weirdest science fiction movie. You're like, whoa, dude, this thing is insane, right? And if you think about it, there's a Koga Shuko has a power to become 2-dimensional.
Paper Mario. That's what I put on my notes.
To me, no. Dream or not Dream Warriors, the 5th one, where he becomes there's a comic book artist, and then he turns him into a comic book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I was like. Oh shoot, I've seen that.
Oh yeah, to me it was Paper Mario. That's what I was looking for. Like, and then I was like, oh, he's a shadow. That's what he is, right? Whatever. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
A shadow that takes over bodies.
Yes.
Like so.
Yeah, you're right.
And the weird thing is that 2 years later, Carpenter drops Escape from LA,
Yeah.
and this movie is basically set in that world.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. This had no business being in that world.
Obviously, in the year 27, there is some sort of right-wing president that decides that, you know what, California's too liberal, let them burn.
Yeah. There was a few other calls that I was like, ooh, that's kind of scary. But okay. Is it futuristic to show off this technology? I know it feels shitty to us now, but is that
I
what
think
it's
that
trying
was
to
the
do?
intention.
VR, VR was the promise of VR was amazing as a kid. You know, and again in the early 90s, and you're like, dude, you're going to be able to play a video game with anybody in the world, and you're like, no, that's going to be insane, and we have that.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Now, the more dystopian thing is that, well, some of these platforms are for free, and what are they doing with your data?
Mhm.
So like that to me is more sci-fi that's happening
And then there
than
was
the sci-fi
happening,
in
yeah.
this.
So we find out they bust a great joke that's used throughout this whole movie, the whole Ugg and home Lee and stuff, which fucking they made sure that we heard that joke numerous times.
I get it.
But they crash. Our double dragons are about to get beat up by the Mohawks. And just when you think all hope is lost, out of the heavens, these people scale down. We find out they're the power core. But leading the power core is the hero to me in this movie is
the star of Embrace the Vampire herself,
the star of Who's the Boss, the star of Charmed, the star of I have no idea. I don't know what she did. That's all I had. But it is Alyssa Milano herself playing Marion, the pixie haircut leader of the Power Corps.
Yes, of Blossom and her friends, because that's how they're dressed.
Yeah, they are.
They are, but sexy. At least she is for some odd reason.
Yeah, but the other ones are kids.
They're kids.
Nobody else is dressed like her except for her.
Well,
that's because
they're
she's the
all
leader.
younger than she is, right? There might be some.
There's a few other dudes,
maybe,
older dudes, but yeah, most of them are kids. So there's a little back and forth between them. Jimmy kind of doesn't seem to care for him too much. Billy's all about him. And how they help people, but then Jimmy's like, no, they're thugs because they're out here when they're not supposed to be. So he's a rule follower. Billy's more again of the wild card. He's a wild card of the group or whatever. And again, I don't know. And isn't this a scene where like the first time they're like, hey, check out Alyssa Milano's ass, because she bends down to get like the database, right? Or whatever, like it falls out of the car or some crap, and they camera boom right on it, and it's like, huh? Do you see it?
It needed like a guitar riff.
It needed glasses to do it. It's so fucking stupid. I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like this movie does the comedy shit, and it never hit with me. It never made me laugh because it was trying to do the comedy shit. I find it funnier when you're not trying to be funny, and I think it's fucking stupid. Then when you're trying to be funny, it just doesn't hit. That's how I felt about the funny parts of this movie. Mm-hmm. Whoa! There was a lot of yelling.
Double yelling.
Yeah, yes. Oh my God, that was fucking annoying. So, all right. Okay. So then we find out that after we see that, and then is this where we have the little brother? Oh no, that's a little bit later. So we find out that the lady who helps the double dragons was there when their father found the medallion. And for some odd reason, we don't get to find out if she was with this guy, if she knew him. We don't find any of that, but she made a promise to take care of the medallion and take care of them. Is any of this in the game?
No.
Literally, the game is Billy and Jimmy Lee are brothers. They they kidnap a girlfriend, go get her.
Yeah, and at the end, they fight each other. That's it.
So I don't know why any of this wackiness.
In the game, why do they fight each other?
I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've played it all the way through.
Yeah, I don't even know. Because they wanted to make one more level and it was easy because they had both bodies on screen already. I have no fucking idea. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, why make it this fucking wacky when it has nothing to do with the game?
Right. This movie would have been so much better if they had like maybe 2 or 3 scenes where they somehow shoot it in a way where they're like going through a street and they're just fighting.
Like a sideways panel of some sort?
And they're just going through a bunch of enemies.
Or
make it a 5-minute scene, 7-minute scene where you do that, 3-4 couple times throughout the movie.
Do what Halo did, where they found a way to for you that
have you seen that, by the way?
I'm behind, but I have been watching it.
Sweet.
But to do when somebody like you that plays the game knows that, or when Uncharted, when they do the simple thing of lifting her up, and you're like, that's how he lifts her up in the game. Like, find a way to do that.
They do nothing of that. Even the suits at the very end?
Those aren't even the suits they wear.
No, to me it's they have like denim vests and one. It's the same character, but they palette swap. So it's like I'm blue and you're red. Mm-hmm. What I think is that the studio gets the property, gets the name, and they're like, all right. No one gives a shit about video games except these kids. So we'll make it a kid movie. So we'll get their parents have to come and bring them into this. But the story can be whatever you want.
They just went super hard with it.
Yeah. So I feel like they had some sort of story, and then they're like, oh, well, we kind of need this, and we're gonna need this. The crazy part is that the story that one of the story guys is Paul Dini.
Really?
Animated series Paul Dini. So
my favorite cartoon of all time?
Yeah.
No, Batman the Animated Series.
So you
which
can
is
see
really greatly.
If they leave him alone to kind of make his own thing, he makes the animated series.
Do they have the property to Double Dragon first, do you guys think? Or do they have the story for this wacky ass movie and they shoehorn Double Dragon?
I think maybe there's a script and then they get the name and they're like, boom, this is it.
I'm agreeing with the Bark on that one. I think
let's make a Double Dragon.
But it's some weird ass fucking movie that they were making for some weird reason.
I mean, it would make more sense of why it came out like this.
Shit, man.
That's how that.
Or they were like, hey, John Carpenter's coming out with a new movie. It's called Escape from LA. Well, we got to beat him to it.
Yeah.
How do we do it? Double Dragon.
They both had the same story, and
So now I want to do some research and see if there's an interview with Paul Dini
About Double Dragon?
about Double Dragon. Yeah.
Super Duper Stevens?
I'm looking for like, why is it post-apocalyptic? I'm looking for all that, but I don't really see a lot.
The internet's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This sounds stupid.
Well, it's a lot. So everything I'm finding is game. And there's a Game Informer article where the guy's like, it makes sense that it's post-apocalyptic because you see from this game to this game. And I'm like, I don't see, but I'm looking. There's some YouTube stuff that we might have to watch because there's some history.
Because in the game, you do have the barrels of fire, right? In the game.
Yeah.
So
man, that's Donkey Kong. What the fuck are you talking
no,
about?
But there's also throwing the knife. First, this is the second movie in a row where people don't carry guns.
Now, okay, I was thinking about that, but I was thinking maybe in post-apocalyptic LA, the gangs don't have guns.
The cops did.
But the cops aren't using them. The motherfuckers are scared the whole goddamn movie.
True. But they had them.
Hey, the power cords clean up the streets, Dad. The streets. I have long hair.
She's like, I gotta go.
You enjoyed this.
The little brother walks into the restroom just like whatever.
Well, the door was open.
He's trying to catch a titty.
That's real brother, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's her real brother.
No, that's not Danny Pintaro.
That's her. Who's the boss brother?
Hey, Steven's the same way. When she does, she drops bangers, bro.
She does.
All right, so, all right, fucking boop-de-boo, whatever the fuck was I? Okay, so we find out that there's two medallions. One controls the body, one controls the soul. We find out they have one of them. They put it on one of them. And then she basically, she talks about all this stuff. Now, this is where I'm confused. I have to bring it back at the end, too.
Don't overthink it.
This is what pisses me off about this movie because it makes a point to show you something, but then it's weird. So the medallion that our bad guy has is the body or the soul one?
The soul.
And in their interpretation, the soul is he can kind of be a shadow man. He can kind of be Paper Mario. He can kind of be that kind of thing. But he can also possess bodies. The body one, I'm assuming, just makes you a better fighter and stronger.
Just strong.
Yes. Okay. All right. I fucking hate. All right. This is all fucking confusing. So then, okay. And they need both of them to work together. But the brothers don't know how to make theirs work throughout most of this movie. Yeah,
that was never made clear exactly how the other guy made his work because it seemed like he just rubbed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there,
would you say he rubbed it the right way?
Yeah.
And then the Lee brothers were rubbing theirs the whole time.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, they didn't want two people rubbing it at the same time, bro. They wanted one.
They were rubbing too hard.
This medallion isn't a hoe.
So you gotta be gentle.
It's loyal.
It's a classy.
They didn't know. They didn't have the touch.
They didn't have the touch. That's what it was.
But then they did.
No.
What changed?
What he did is he let it go. Because when you let something go, if it comes back,
that's
it's
right.
yours, bro.
That's right.
Sand, when you hold it harder, falls out of your hands. But when you cup it, it stays there. So anyways, there you go. God damn. Woo, right
that's the first time I've ever heard that in my life. Where'd you hear that?
So
I just
let me write it down.
You made that up. There's no fucking way you made that up.
Who the fuck knows where I heard that, bro? I have no idea. Self-help book that I read somewhere. I have no fucking idea. All right, so we also, for some fucking reason, find out that the bad guy doesn't like light, but it's never explained why. Is it because he's a shadow guy?
Which bad guy?
Yeah, because
Shuko. I call him Kuko. Shuko. But the Terminator.
Really?
Remember they're watching something and she Lash.
Yes.
Lash turns on the light and he's like, remember, tell me when you're doing that.
Well, you know what? If you were ever watching a movie and then turn off the lights in class, you're like, oh my God, give us a warning.
But his is like to the extreme level, I guess. Because it comes back later to haunt him, is what I'm saying. It's one of the reasons why he gets defeated. But it does never really get explained, right?
No.
So then we also find out that similar to the turtles, he can actually modify bodies to make them bigger and stronger. And he does this to Adobo.
Bo Abobo?
Adobo. What I like to eat. Bo Abobo, okay, yeah. He does it to him. So now he looks like fucking Rocksteady and Bebop or whatever, but like he's a big old monstrous dude. So
it looks like he has two testicles on the side of his head.
I thought he looked like a cobra.
Okay.
And that's what I thought. I was like, he's a snake guy. That's what I thought. I was like, okay, this is what's going on. But yeah, he looked weird as fuck. Like he didn't look. He became a monster.
Yes.
It's crazy. So, okay. So then this is when the lady tells him all the secrets about the dad and all this stuff, but doesn't really tell him shit. And they all act like they know what she's talking about. And then out of nowhere, the door, they knock on it. The Terminator's there. And we find out that the Terminator and this girl, what was her name? I keep calling her what was her name? The lady that was with
mom?
her? What was her name though?
Linda Lash?
No. That's the whip girl.
Satori.
Oh, the mom?
Yeah. Satori knows the Terminator. They talk about like, now he's changed his name to a Japanese warlord. And that's where he gets, what's the name again there, Barca?
Bo Abobo?
No, the bad guy, Koga.
Koga Shuko.
Koga Shuko. That's where he got the name from. And we have because they live in a movie theater.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you?
Got it. And
do people pay rent in this post-apocalyptic future?
I made the assumption that once you live somewhere, it's yours.
Oh, squatters' rights.
Squatters' rights is what I felt like.
Yeah, it's like there's
you look confused, Enrique. You good?
Where do you live? Oh, where do I live? Capitol Records. We've got 47 jacks.
I live at a Capitan, bro. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, so they live at a fucking movie theater. Yes, Enrique?
They do. They live in a theater.
I live in the Hollywood Bowl.
It wasn't a movie theater though. It was like a
yes,
it's a theater.
A theater. Yes,
because it's legit. It's the theater.
they live at the Pantages. Okay,
right.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, because it seemed they don't. That I didn't need an explanation at the time I'm watching the movie, but it makes no fucking sense. It does make no fucking sense of why they live there.
Okay, no, you want
because everybody else lives in an apartment or whatever.
You want to make it makes no sense? Okay, there's an earthquake that happened.
Mm-hmm.
In every other movie, California
floats
away, right?
Yeah.
But in this,
the water takes over. There's rivers.
Yes, but there's a lake in Pasadena now.
Yeah, Lake
Arcadia is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood Boulevard is covered in 40 feet of water.
Yeah.
Then it connects to the 101. It's when you know these places, and so you're like, wait, he's going left, but now he's going right. Wait, what happened? That's down the street. That's not there.
Yeah,
it was weird. So we have a fight scene where we find out that one henchman is legit. And
wait, one more. And now it's New Angeles, and so.
But there's a new Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yes, there was.
And so, but they say that it's new. Like the news serves New Angeles all the way to Tijuana.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so is that all of New Angeles?
Took over, bro.
No, past the 405, it's just junk. It's ocean on this side, desert on the other.
Mm-hmm.
The big old booby power plant.
Yeah.
That's where I'm living.
Titties.
Welcome to the Titty Dome. They don't see no other faces. Why are you dressed up as Tina Turner? Don't worry, bro.
Titty down.
Titty down. Got to love me.
I went there during spring break, and as I'm driving by, I told my friend, hey, look, titties. Every time I'm driven by that, you know what I say? Hey, look, titties. It doesn't matter who's with me. Like,
Zan, looks you right.
Titties.
I bet you would.
Pervert. Keep it in your pants. So there's a chase scene where, of course, the henchman that's able to fight follows our boy.
Well, first of all, let's talk about these henchmen. It's Jeff fucking Amata and Ao Lung.
Uh-huh.
Who are in every movie. Jeff Amata, second unit director, does stunt choreography.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Amata was, I feel like he worked on Fast and Furious stuff and Super Producer Stevens, but he also did Twilight. Like he trained all of them to do that.
Yeah. So he's been in everything.
Yes. Ao Lung is in Big Trouble in Little China. He is the bald or the long-haired balding guy and everything with the goatee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's sad how you're fighting our boy Damascus, so guess what? You're gonna be a badass, and they have pretty good fight scene because the other Double Dragon is nowhere to be seen.
Well, yeah.
So now they can fight, but then of course our boy Scotty Wolf has to throw gumballs on the ground, and he slips, and
poor Jeff Amata's like, whoa!
Yeah, and I'm just I fucking hate this movie. So it happens. At some point in time, they introduce the monstrous cobra testicle-headed monster, and he's impossible to beat. They're punching him. They can't do anything to him. Satori comes out of nowhere and just pushes one heavy bag into his back and he fucking kills, or he nothing but net. And he fucking goes into the fucking net or whatever. And it's fucking ridiculous. And
this is the script they filmed with.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
hey, let's do one more pass. No, this is it. We're good.
And now we find out that he's also kind of dumb. I guess the operation made him. Not that he was the smartest guy already, but he's like a baby almost. So
he was like, oh.
Yeah. So he's down there. But then at the same time, our bad guy goes into the mom and now controls her, and she's about to get the medallion, but they stop her. But then they lock her up somewhere. Case in point, he kills her.
You're still here?
Yes, all this happened in one scene, bro. You like this movie. So then she's dead. You brought this on yourself. She's dead. Then we get to what I've already felt a few times, like this shit's trying to steal stuff from the Warriors. I felt like these gangs, right? Because they were very like the this and the that. But we get I called it the Can You Dig It scene, which I guess you know who the actor is. Who's that actor?
Michael Barium from The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh, okay.
He's in The Crow.
Ah, very cool. And he does a very like, can you dig it kind of a scene, right? But then our bad guy shows up and he shadow chokes him.
You can just choke him in real life.
Yeah, it was weird. So now he has the power all over the gangs, and we basically find out that our good guys don't have anywhere to live anymore. They make motor or engine grilled cheeses. And they also introduce, after they fight with each other about like, you do this and I do this and whatever, they also introduce their fucking handshake. It's fucking stupid. It bothers me.
Yeah.
One guy does a fist, the other guy does a high five, and they do that to each other. I fucking hated that handshake.
Bro.
That's where you wanted that to be our handshake.
That was going to be our handshake.
No, don't want to do it. No, you see? I was done. I was fucking done.
That bothered me too for some reason.
It should fucking bother you. And then they're walking
The movie's
around.
still great.
They're brothers.
Whatever.
Identical
Let them
brothers.
have their thing, bro.
Identical brothers?
The twin brothers, man.
So then they get attacked by every gang in LA. And now this is a big deal in the movie because the gangs are out during the day.
Yes.
So this is a big deal. They broke in the code they had.
The truce.
I had the disco gangsters. I had the mailmen gangsters or mail people.
Postal service.
I had the rocker clowns.
Wait, was that a gang? I thought it was just a mailman that got caught up in some shit.
Hey, that's a one dude gang.
Right? There's only one of them, right?
No, there was multiple post people.
He's the postman.
Yeah, but he was the only one that was on camera. There was multiple post people. I made it a point to fucking look at all these gangs, bro.
I only saw one.
We had the rockers. We had the clan, the clowns. The clan was there too. My favorite thing is that 2 different times people committed suicide in this movie. They literally just jump from very high places. Like the postman, special delivery, and then they just move and they fucking eat shit. And I'm like, oh, he's dead. Like he fucking is dead. But he comes back later. I'll tell you the other one where somebody else commits suicide later. So then there's another chase. This time it's a boat chase in the Hollywood River.
Flammable water.
Flammable water. That if you drink, you get diarrhea. You get diarrhea for 10 days.
Well, first of all, that's something that happens in LA. Like, that is true. Do not jump into the LA River.
There's a huge explosion where now they think they're dead, but they're not. But they drank the water. So throughout the rest of this movie, these guys were shitting their pants because you get diarrhea every time you do this.
How did they not die in this?
I don't know, because you're right. That was a pretty big explosion for them not to have a scratch on them.
Yeah.
Jumped out of the boat, man.
Right at the last minute, but nobody else saw that. Then we have an interesting scene where I was like, yo, this shit's hitting a little bit too close to home, where the reporters are asking the cops why they're treating the gangsters so bad because, hey, man, they have rights. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck? And then the other maybe they just need a hug.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What the fuck's going on? And then I love the way he gets.
There's some good people over there.
He gets rid of them where he's like, all right, isn't it almost going to be dark? They're like, this interview's over. And they just run off or whatever. But, I forgot to what's the thing? And Stevens, you brought this up and I completely skipped this. Happened earlier. Why can't she tell her dad that she has a short haircut?
I think that if she reveals that, he's going to ask follow-up questions because he's a cop. And he's about like, you're part of the power gang, aren't you? Or power core. And she's about like, yeah, I am.
Nobody else has that haircut.
I'm the fucking leader of the power core. That's what she said.
Can't you tell by this
And
hair?
you know what, Dad? I'm cleaning up this town.
Because Mom told me something. Mommy told me to fight for your rights. And I was like,
Maybe the dad knows that the leader has short hair.
Uh-huh.
that would have been cool if we fucking knew that from this movie, bro.
Bro, you got to be smart enough to just figure it out, bro.
Fuck you, Enrique.
Just like I can admit that I'm not smart enough to have liked Doctor Strange the first time I watched it, or The Matrix. I was like, what the fuck? What just happened? That's on me. That was on me.
So the dragons decide to go ask the power core for help, and then now they are at the warehouse,
The hangout place.
for the power core, which is run by generators.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles showed up at some point.
They had to because there was green water there. They're playing the jam, Pure Love by Crystal Waters, which honestly right away I was like, it's the jam. And then they're torturing our bad guy
Bo Abobo.
with spinach.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that fucking again. They are torturing them with spinach. They're literally making them healthier for torture reasons.
Why?
Because they were trying to get information out of them.
Because it's gross cooked spinach. That's why.
It was so fun. It was just really funny to me where they make it a point to show you
spinach.
Alyssa Milano's ass.
Mm-hmm.
So you think maybe they are trying to get maybe the older teenage kids. But then in the same movie, they're torturing them with spinach. Yucky!
You eat your vegetables and tell me why. And tell me why you want this.
Like, who are you catering to?
Yeah.
Like 2 to 20. They're like, fuck it. That's our money right there.
That's it.
Like, it's just weird. I don't fucking hate
The older brothers are bringing the little brother.
Oh, and then my favorite thing is when they get to this. Oh, this again. Like, who are you trying to make this movie for? When they slide into this warehouse because they didn't take the stairs. Oh, the other door. They slide into this motherfucker. They are met by cross-colored dressed kids. You guys remember cross-colors back in the days? It was a really bright colored pants and shirts. That's what all these kids are wearing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is and guys, I left out every stupid ass joke that they try to hit in this movie because they make it a point to try to drop like one-liners and they're fucking stupid. Like, none of them even made me go, that was clever. Nope, none of it. Not
yeah,
to me.
you think it was a lot of it too was the actors. They just
How dare you?
I think Abarca hit it on the head, man. This is a script they were handed, bro.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I've been reading because I found an article that
A lady that
kind of
reads.
talks about it a little bit.
She's a witch.
Fuck you.
Burner.
Oh my God.
Not in my state.
All right, so what happened?
So they had all these great writing teams. They had Paul Dini wrote the first script.
Talk, bro.
Did you hear what she fucking said though, bro?
Yeah, but let her finish.
Hold on, go ahead. Yes.
So Paul Dini wrote the first script. And then Yukic, the director, took Dini's script and brought it to Michael Davis and Peter Gould.
And he said, "Give me gold."
Who both had both of them have gone on to wonderful careers. And then they included Mark Brazil, who also had an illustrious career afterwards.
Wow.
And they all took a final pass on the script to punch it up and improve the dialogue. But he's like, it's hard. So the director says, all 3 writing teams were excellent. It's hard to believe how it came out. So he talks about how they all kind of did their own thing, but they all weren't doing the same thing.
Oh, you know what this is called? Star Wars 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. So that's what it sounds like. So he says you have to have one united direction or it's not going to make sense. And we didn't really have one united direction. So this is him looking back
But
on
you're
it
the director.
after so many years. And then he goes on to say, he says, I don't know why I didn't tell them this is what we need. He didn't do that. Yep. So he takes responsibility for that. Before this was his first movie that he was directing. Before that, he was like a
Concert director.
Yeah, music videos, stuff like that. He didn't really do anything. So this was his first movie. He didn't really tell the people like, hey, I need something like one. He was just, yeah, that's great. Thank you. Taking all these things from cool people and then tried to make it. And he was trying to make it a kids movie. It came back PG-13 and he was like, well, we can cut some stuff out to like make it PG because they were trying to make PG.
Okay.
And then they did not give him the opportunity to do that. So they just took it as was and
we need
went
to listen
with
to
it.
Malone's ass in this movie.
So
Twice.
well,
once PG, twice PG-13.
Oh.
It's worth it.
that and I think some of the jokes or whatever. But even like Robert Patrick, they interviewed him and he's like on paper, he's like it looked cool, like it would work. And he's like once we were doing it, he was like,
Did Robert Patrick do cocaine in the 90s?
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay.
He's like,
there you go.
He's like, you know what?
He's like, oh, this fucking script's great, bro. Woo! And that's what he.
Yeah.
Is this pre-Terminator or post-Terminator?
Post. It's 2 years after.
2 years after.
What the fuck?
So
I
what-
gave you the benefit of the doubt. I thought it was pre-Terminator too.
No.
I was like, I work with James Cameron. This is gold, okay? If he can make me a metal man, he can make me a shadow
A
man.
mountain of fucking blow, bro. Allegedly. And he's just knee deep in it, bro. And he's like, this fucking sounds great. Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Was he good in this?
I think he's awesome in this.
Oh, yeah.
right?
It's not his fault. Yeah, not at all.
First of all, he's got the awesome high flat top.
The hair was kind of cool. I ain't mad at you. Yeah.
The blonde
And
hair.
the hammer suit almost. Like the pants weren't really hammer pants, but the jacket was.
Yeah, it was a cool.
Like that really tailored waist, tiny waist and big shoulders.
He's like, I want to be the bad guy, but I got to look cool. I got to be modern. What are you thinking? Vanilla Ice. Boom, you're in.
Yeah, Vanilla.
Behind the scenes, the person that made the biggest difference, not the fucking director, the writers, anybody, it was the, like, whoever did the costumes and the wardrobe for this movie went fucking bonkers. This is crazy.
They were on some shit.
They
for
were,
sure.
yeah, they had a vision and they were like, fucking, I'm going for it. And they went for it, right?
So,
Like, it was
well,
awesome.
well, if that guy's running that, I can.
Why can't she wear jeans, shorts, lace, the whole, like, why can't she wear all of it at the same time?
And arm length guarding gloves.
Yeah, why not? And why can't the jacket match the boots?
I think
Yeah.
everybody
Maybe the
came
hair
in-
matches the
He's like, hey, everybody,
the carpets match the
thank you. Thank you guys for being on the set of Double Dragon. It's amazing. You know what? I haven't done a feature film, but I've done a lot of music videos, some that you like, some that you don't. Guys, but I have a vision. But you know what? I want to give each of you a chance to bring me something. And if it's good, it's in.
Yeah,
You're
that's probably what happened.
Yeah. He wasn't
That's
sure
what
of
it
himself
kind of
yet.
sounds like. It sounds like and then like at the end of it, he's like, I watched it recently. He's like, it's not as bad as I remember.
It's also not as good as I remember.
But it's there. It's its own thing.
So he had terrible memories right afterwards.
So that
and
means it
now
was
a little bit more fond of it.
They were like, no, this is it. This is Double Dragon. This is my vision for it. It wasn't that they had another script. Again, I want Dini. I want to hear him
Talk about this.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. So, again, we're at the warehouse and they have a plan where they're going to upload false information to get our bad guy to be mad at the gangs, which there's no payoff to this uploading of anything.
And if they are networked, they don't need Koga Shuko's terminal.
Yeah.
All they have to do is hack into it. And if 90s movies have taught me anything, you just go, boop, 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 boop. I'm in.
It is very easy to hack into everything. So then we find out that the bad guy, the Terminator, is trying to turn the cops, but the cops don't want anything to do with it. At the same time, our double dragons are trying to comically like fish up the other medallion because it's there. They don't notice that Lash is seeing this whole thing happen. She grabs a very big like spear.
Well, there's a giant pin that's like,
I know.
it's like, oh.
I know.
I
It's
love
like,
how
whoa,
you
look
see
at
it.
this.
It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, what's happening? It's like one of those giant Disney pins.
Yeah.
They're like, for $50, you get this.
I said comically. And it was like, just like, okay. And then she's like, what's that fucking middle thing that's floating in the air? And she almost stabs them. They fall through. And we get a fucking ridiculous set of fight scenes. It starts off with the police officer versus Lash. That fight scene was fucking painful. It ends with Lash getting crushed under a statue.
Spoilers.
Uh-huh.
That's how someone dies in
Yeah, you're right. It is.
That's how someone literally dies in Doctor Strange.
Goddamn, they got this from that. They got that from this movie. Then our double dragons run after the bad guy, and he uses the Olay method to make them fucking fall, and they fall into a pit.
Yeah.
But then for some reason, Marion also jumps into the pit with them.
Well, I'm not sitting around with these losers.
Okay. So then the pit leads to his big reveal of turning people into monsters.
Or robots. Cyborgs. He's building cyborgs.
Okay. Where one wakes up because you're going to wake the dead. Get it? The dead. And one of them does wake.
Which to me, this seems like... I don't know. I thought that was some sort of basketball player.
Yeah, okay. I looked it up. It's not.
It's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he talks to them like they know who he is.
Well, because I think you hear his voice and then...
No, I think it was cutscene. I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, did I miss something at the beginning? Did they talk to a basketball player and I never... Okay, so I didn't want to bother to go back and find out. So that annoys me because he was like, did you miss me? Mm-hmm. And then he says another statement to them like, you know who I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No, we don't.
It was the first that we've seen. We've seen.
And he looks like a zombie, kind of.
That one looked like a zombie.
But can't you tell from his voice that it's Sogo Wakato or whatever? What's his name?
Who?
It's the bad guy. His soul takes over him.
Oh, yeah.
No, but before his soul takes over him.
No, that's how he wakes up. The shadow goes into him. He wakes up. He animates the dead body.
He ends up. Yeah, because in the very beginning, it
the
is
basketball
like what?
Player?
Yes.
Because then he takes.
It's Shogun, whatever his name.
And then
is.
he gets into another body.
That's why I said you can tell from his voice that. That's why I said, "Did you miss me?" Like he's right there with them already.
They animate everything else. Like, why don't you go?
That's what I'm saying. Did we actually see the shadow go into the guy?
No.
Well, then what the shit? Like, you show him going into every other body.
He got caught, bro.
I guess, but that was Robert Patrick's voice, so I was like, oh, he went into.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Okay, so
you were paying attention to the talking. I was.
Yes. No, but here's.
Well, because I was like, do we know this guy? Oh,
Yeah,
it's his
exactly.
voice. That's
Yeah, because
all.
I didn't figure it out the first time. Because then when he got into the second body,
times.
Yeah.
See, I didn't bother to do that. Okay, so that is annoying then because you truly did show him going to every other body. It's weird that he didn't go.
And
into
if you don't want to animate that,
that's cool. I didn't even
then
know.
show the wall. You show the shadow, and then he bloop, and that's
it.
It's hand animated.
Show that he got down there
that
with
makes
them or
way
whatever.
more sense now that I think about that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
First of all,
you like this movie?
But that's lame dialogue too. Did you miss me? Yeah, fool. We fell 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
With your Olay move.
They would have been like, I'm back, John Connor.
Goddamn, such a good movie. 2 years after this. 2 years before this, I mean.
Yeah.
2 years after this happened, 2 years after that. God damn it. That's crazy. Okay. So then they use a fan to defeat him. But he comes back when the fan goes the other way. And then he reanimates into somebody else because, they showed you this time. So you know exactly who it is. And then he uses the deadliest move known as the bear hug to knock out Jimmy. But Billy and Marion sneak out because they're on a door that closes. Yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying. So then we cut to the cops and they're like, man, you're just saying that because your daughters aren't there. We can't go out there. It's nighttime. And he's like, dude, this is my goddamn town. Yeah. And he's like, fuck you guys. And I'm going. He jumps into a fucking Hummer and he's like, and then we never fucking.
With no extra piece, with no body armor, with nothing.
None of that.
He doesn't need it. He just
And the other cops are a bunch of, they don't want to go. They're fucking like, nah, man. It's just, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So, and to be honest with you, if I'm a police officer with guns, I'm killing all these fucking gangsters in one night. It's a one night job. You know what? We're tired of this bullshit.
This is the most.
I'm taking this back.
It's the most unbelievable representation of the LAPD that I have ever seen. Do you know what they weren't doing? They weren't protesting abortions. And they're like, no, this is no longer a peaceful protest. Church.
Yeah, dude.
Bring in the tank. And you're like, wait, did you say tank?
These motherfuckers.
This isn't LAPD, bro. This is NAPD.
NAPD. You're right. They called it that too. Okay. Side note, we own this city on HBO Max about Baltimore police. Fucking awesome. With the Punisher in it. Really, really good. Sorry. And a fucking crazy haircut. So back to this. So dad takes off. We find out that our bad guy killed Jimmy, the Lee brothers' dad. And Billy's. Yes. Doug and Homely's dad. And we find that out because he tells them, and spoiler alert, he comes back as him. But whatever, before this, they attack the Power Core base.
Oh no.
And everybody's jumping through the windows, everybody's repelling, and one guy just jumps the fuck off the roof and lands right on the floor. He's fucking dead. Multiple times people just jump from high places flat onto the ground and die. What the fuck? He literally just like, whoa! And he just, and that's it. That's all we see.
Because kids like that. Slapstick.
Right? This was pretty cool. Billy shows up and you can tell he's possessed. And then Billy and Jimmy are fighting like in the video game. Well, that's kind of cool. Let's shout out to it. And they literally kick Billy into a double dragon machine. Which I was like, that was kind of, that's cool. And they keep fighting. And at this point, Billy's like, fuck this, man. You suck, fucking medallion. And he throws it. It comes back to him. And now he has the power of body. He's able to withstand everything. And
a lot like America Chavez in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. She can't control her powers until she realizes that the power is always inside of her.
That she can control them.
There you go. So then he kicks the bad guy out of his brother. And they're like, yeah, but they don't notice the medallions hit the floor. And our bad guy picks it up, connects it. So not only can he be Paper Mario, he can also fucking have the body control. So he decides, I'm going to turn into two like samurai ninja things.
Yes.
Are they in the game? I was just wondering.
They might be.
Because I was like, well, that was a weird thing to turn into if it's not in the game.
It
Why
might be. I don't.
Why he was those demon dudes?
It's been so
maybe
long.
you're the demon dude so you can fight.
Maybe,
you know what I'm saying? So because if you're two of him, like, and plus you have to do that. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're right. And now that I think about it, it's probably because they don't, how can they make two of him? They had the power to fucking make VR, but not this. So they have a fight. They fucking win. And then this is where I'm a little, okay. All right. Okay. Jimmy goes into the bad guy.
Yes.
And does, because you knew it was as soon as he came into him,
the bad guy.
You're hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this movie. And then he gives $1 kajillion to the NAPD.
If you possess that body, do you feel that body's pain?
Wow, you went way too big.
Dude,
Somebody said that in the writers' meeting, and they were like, "Shut the fuck up."
This is Double Dragon. Okay, this is Double Dragon. All right.
this is a kids movie.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Again, guns, and you shoot everybody, just like in the other movie. Mm-hmm. Hey, get out of our property! Bang. Yeah. I go into someone's body and then I'm like, I've just slit my own throat.
So,
although, hold on, that's a good idea. Let me write that down. A killer that inhabits other people's bodies, and they're all killing themselves, but it's not
because he can't feel it.
Because he can't. Yes, he can't feel it.
Well, that'd be hard to catch.
Starring Enrique.
Let's do it.
Double Dragon. So, anyways, so now, at this point, I believe that when they now have the medallions, they both can control body and soul.
Yes.
So now it's not just like half and half.
It's when soul meets body.
So they both have both powers?
If they are the double dragon, then yes.
Okay, I was just wondering. Does my question make sense or not?
It makes sense, but I don't think
it's form of rock, shape of water. I can't be water. You can't be rock.
Did they get the yin and the yang? Because then they think Billy has went into
Billy
Abobo's body, and they're like, oh, we're here by ourselves.
You can drive.
Yeah, because we're gonna fucking fuck in the back seat. And then Billy's like, you're fucking? And then it's like, wait, you're there? What? And then they again, triple scream on that bitch.
Scream.
What the fuck?
Well, first of all, listen.
But he never got into his body. The guy thought he did, but
exactly.
Yeah.
But I thought only one of them had the power to do that, to be Paper Mario. But now they both do.
I guess. I don't know. You're not supposed to care enough to want to know all this stuff, bro.
It just doesn't fucking make sense. No, man. You know what made more sense is how our mail carriers got treated in this movie. Fuck you guys. All right, those guys come on Sundays to drop shit off in my house.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, they
fuck
do.
you. All they were doing in this movie was jumping off of high places and shit. Like, why do they still have their bag when they're fighting? What do they got to deliver?
He's
An
still
ass
in
whooping?
uniform.
I don't know. That would have been a good line.
Yeah, you know what?
Write that down too, Bart.
Hey, this is Double Dragon. Okay?
We don't have those witty one-liners in this movie. Fucking roll the credits. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, Enrique.
So before you get into that real quick.
Because this is going to make the difference between you saying yes or no.
No. But
All right, yes.
Screen Rant, because I've been reading,
I feel like we've been screen ranting this movie.
trying to find history of this movie. But Screen Rant in 2017 wrote an article that is 15 shocking things you didn't know about the disastrous Double Dragon movie.
Okay.
Some of these things we knew. But I think it's just because we just watched it. Number 15, Scott Wolf and Alyssa Milano fell in love on set.
Just like me.
I mean, how many takes of those booty shots were they doing? I mean,
Right.
I would have fell in love too.
We need to take that again.
Go ahead.
Number 14, the script forgets how old Jimmy and Billy are. This one I thought was interesting. So when Shuko finds out about the Lee brothers, Billy's listed as 17 and Jimmy is 18. Later in the movie, one of the gang members reads the information and it's revealed that Jimmy was born in 90 and Billy was born in 92. Since the film takes place in 2007, that means Jimmy is 17 and Billy is 15. So there's
You're mad at me for asking my fucking questions.
So there's a
Checking birthdays and
discrepancy.
shit. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You don't shit on them.
I'm not mad. I'm not doing a podcast with them, bro.
Number
How would
13.
that teach you now?
Number 13 is a sad one, but one of the producers, Alan Schechter, took his own life in 2005. So that's a bummer. Robert Patrick, number 12 is Robert Patrick.
Oh,
I don't even know why. I don't know why that was in there. It was a
A
weird one.
decade later.
I know. The guy was 97 when he did it. He just
He
died.
was 40.
Wow,
shit.
and he was like Double Dragon.
Hey, what the? You know what he did?
Maybe. It doesn't say the reasons
He got on
why.
top of a building and he was like,
He just jumped off.
special delivery.
Oh, that's fucked up, bro. We gotta cut that.
Take a deep breath.
Sorry, I'm fucking turning colors. Guys, all your hate mail can be sent to email us. Go ahead. Gung-Fu.com. Come on, motherfuckers. It was right there. Like, okay.
No, because I read what happened and that's not cool.
I get you, but how would I know that anyway?
Wait, why is that even on this
I don't
list?
know why that was on the
Fuck you,
list.
Screen Rant.
True to that. It
Did
really
you
should
know
be
that
14.
the best grip once had diarrhea?
That's what I'm saying. Did you know once that the caterer stubbed his toe?
Let me go to
Go,
the rest.
keep going.
Hey, when?
Cut him off. And keep going with the list.
2021. The best grips fucking poodle died.
Turn his mic off. Let's get this list.
I'm sorry. That was a weird thing to put
It
in
was
that
a weird
list.
thing
Okay.
because I was like, why is
Now
that in
you
there?
told me because
But I
I'm
didn't
not trying to be funny, but my
didn't
thing is it
wanna-
because he made this movie or
He
what?
put in his own money was in this production.
Or like he wrote a letter and said, "My biggest like regret is Double Dragon." Like that's I'm not trying to, like that's what I thought. That's what I was like.
He
what
was
the fuck?
like,
He
I
got
can no longer be a munchkin in this movie. Let me hang myself.
he got
"What is that from a Parker?"
that's the Wizard of Oz.
Keep going, please.
That was no. So he
That's an
was
urban myth that a munchkin hung themselves.
the only part that it says is that it says that he was responsible. Well, he was partly responsible for getting Robert Patrick in the movie. Other than that, I don't know why it's in there. But I didn't
You know what
want to
else was
skip it
responsible?
because it was
Cocaine and
part of
some
the
money?
list, and I said 15. And if I didn't read all 15, that would have
appreciate
been
you
weird.
reading it, Steven. It's just a wacky.
So
ass
number
thing to put in this
12,
list. Go
number
ahead, just
12,
continue.
Robert Patrick is still proud of his performance. Again, I don't know why that one's in there. but-
If you're the bad guy, you're chewing scenery, right? He's like, oh, in that movie? Oh, yeah, I turn into a fucking shadow and I take over a
He
dead
says,
body and become a zombie basketball
There's some
player.
funny aspects to that character, and it was fairly liberating experience to be funny and try to be menacing at the same time. I am proud of my performance. It's
He
a
had
pretty
already done that
extreme
Wayne's World
performance.
cameo.
Okay.
Number 11, the UK version of the film was cut by 10 seconds because they had to cut out the headbutts.
Yeah, the UK has some weird rules because they're like, these kids are stupid, so we have to cut out all these things. Michelangelo can't have nunchucks. Guess what? The word ninja? Forbidden. So they're teenage mutant heroes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know.
Yep. Number 10, Alyssa Milano's brother plays her brother. I told you that already. Number 9, Imperial Entertainment secured the rights to the movie in 91. And then it took 3 years for the movie to come out in 94.
Okay.
So people were wondering, like, why are you taking so long?
They're like, Terminator 2 just came out. The Abyss is out. Terminator 2 came out. We got to wait till the technology is
So
there.
this was filmed before Only the Strong, probably.
Oh, where it was filmed and where it would have. Because they would have had him in more tank tops if they would have seen all the strong.
They were.
Oh, maybe. I'll still
Because he
look
honestly,
for
look,
that.
he is a good looking dude and always strong. He
Yeah.
has zero fucking sex appeal in this movie.
Yeah. Because he's a kid. It's
Whoa!
a kid's movie, right? Number 8, the director won a Grammy Award.
For what the fuck for this movie?
No.
Oh.
For the Land of Confusion video, the one with all the puppets.
Dun, 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 dun.
Gotcha.
That's all.
That's what he was known for, and then so he got this movie, but then
Working with puppets is, you know what?
It wasn't for taking it back to the middle and the back again?
No.
For pure love? Okay, interesting. Go
No.
ahead.
Look, they said, hey, you've worked with puppets. Here's this new guy named Scott Wolf. Sorry,
Karate!
Scott Wolf, I'm sorry. I love you in Party of 5.
One of the screenwriters is the co-creator of Better Call Saul. So
Wow!
again, like these guys went on to do things,
Make
right?
fucking hits, bro.
And then number 6, a video game based on the movie was released in. It was Double Dragon for the Neo Geo system.
Okay, that explains a whole lot of shit right there. It was Double Dragon for the Neo Geo system, people. We have to get a Neo Geo system, this game, and play through it on the podcast.
A scene caused panicked residents to phone emergency services.
They're like, you see that pixie-haired blonde girl? Dead ass.
So they received. As they were filming in the Cuyahoga River in Northeast Ohio, which was where they did the boat chase.
Wait, this wasn't in LA?
How dare you? You mean that was superimposed? I couldn't even tell.
So where they did the boat chase, that river is full of pollution and stuff too, just like the river it was portraying. But apparently they did like an explosion with gasoline and alcohol, right? People didn't know they were filming. And then 10 minutes, they had 210 phone calls about like, there's explosions outside.
Okay,
of
then
town
I think an hour later, they went on radio and they said that there was an alien invasion and that people ran into the streets.
And they're like, oh, here.
You know about that, Enrique?
What?
Oh,
We're
this is
here
a
at
great
Potter's
story.
Mill. No, I see the alien.
About the War of the World?
Yeah.
And he's shooting.
Oh, I've talked about
Oh my God, the
it's
humanity.
super quick. What's our guy?
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles.
And the Mercury Radio Theater.
And he reads War of the Worlds.
They adapted it.
And he's doing it on radio. And people legit thought it was real and started running the streets, covering their faces with like towels so they wouldn't get the radiation from the aliens. Like legit. Yes.
Those tripods.
In Cleveland?
In Texas. No, I'm just
I don't know where it was, but
That was in New York.
it was more widespread though, because it was radio show.
It was a radio show. Hey, bud.
Isn't that crazy? And again, and this, what year was that? Or here, well, you keep going through the list. I'll look at it. Okay.
So number 4 is Robert Patrick took the role because of his love of martial arts.
Fuck you.
So,
Fuck you, sir.
That means that Robert Patrick can be a guest on the show. He's
He
all,
loves
Robert Patrick, what do you
martial
want to
arts,
watch? You're
and
like,
his daily workout routine involves martial arts with a bag.
They're like, wait, you need a badge for that one scene where we knock a Bobo off the fucking. Got you, dog. I got that freaking robbing my own bag. Wow.
Number 3. This one's gonna shock you, I know, but this was Scott Wolf's first leading role.
After dark.
Imagine that.
Number 2 was Harley Quinn's creator co-wrote the story, so Paul Dini wrote the story.
Wow.
And then number 1 is the Double Dragon video game actually appears in the movie. So again, like you knew most of these things, but
Yeah, full
I just
frame.
thought it was interesting that they had gone through and
Here's this close-up of the game.
kind of wrote up some stuff.
So that radio show happened in 1938. So that was the year my father was born. What I've been trying to explain to some young people that I have to see all the time is that you got to understand that some of the old people that don't get you were running in the streets when they thought aliens were landing. I have to say, when my dad was born, people believed that aliens were landing because they heard it on the radio. So I can't blame that man for not understanding some shit because it was a different fucking time. Good Lord. It's wild. 1938, man.
You can find it too. I would, like, if you get a chance, listen to it because it's really cool.
Yes.
Orson Welles, man, is fucking.
But getting back to this Ohio thing, I call shenanigans on that because guess what? They filmed X-Files in our hometown, and we were out there. We're like, is Mulder? I want to see Mulder.
Yeah,
they literally bought a cornfield in the first movie when they run through the cornfield and they find the bees. Yeah. That's in our home. That's in our backyard here.
Yep.
Yeah, we knew that was happening.
Yeah. Off of the Bearmount Boulevard, which is the street that takes you to.
When The Odd Couple was filming, we knew they were here. We're like, I saw Jared Lemmon. Shoot, Kevin Costner. Some of our coworkers are in the Kevin Costner movie.
Which
McFarland.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she is.
she's shout out to that tamale lady.
Yeah, she's dancing in the back.
Oh really?
Yeah, man. What was the other movie where they bought the other side of the field? Fearless? Where the airplane crashed?
Fearless. Fearless was here.
You would drive by the airplane crash every day.
Having said that, when Fearless, the Robert De Niro movie shot, they put broken plane parts. So people drove by there and
they thought it was a plane crash?
Yes, but then you drive like 10 minutes and it says, oh, hey, Warner Brothers is shooting a movie here.
Wasn't Thelma and Louise some scenes filmed out here too?
Yes. No, I think I've heard that
one. I don't. That one I'm not
because I swear. So there's
North by Northwest was right.
North by Northwest.
So there's a little
Psycho.
There's a
part of Psycho's here.
There's a little like train cart restaurant out on the 43 and 7th Standard, and across the street is like a little convenience store in the corner. And I swear that's the one they go into and rob at the very end of that movie.
Possibly. So, guys,
would
we watch this movie?
Yeah.
If you're a big fan, if you want to go on a time machine to see how movies and how we thought the future was going to be, sure. Look up the best parts on YouTube.
The video is 25 seconds long.
I suggest another movie called Embrace the Vampire with Alyssa Milano. Enrique, you need to get on that.
Enrique, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of it?
That's it.
Yeah, I feel
I'm totally committed, bro. That Bo Abobo. I felt like he was there.
Why?
The cinematography in this guy, like it didn't feel like they just didn't do a color grading or anything.
I don't know why I like this movie. I get that it's not.
Is it because I like bullshit?
No, but he didn't like American Ninja.
I know, but maybe why do you like? See, that's what's funny is I hated American Ninja.
Is it because I hate movies filmed in the Philippines?
Oh, this one's better than American Ninja.
Right?
I'm with you on that.
This movie annoyed me.
So you can't give me shit because you like American Ninja.
Let me tell you why. I didn't like this movie because it was trying to be funny, and I don't think any of the funny parts hit. I didn't think it was funny. The karate was cool when it was just him, but the rest of the fucking martial arts was shit.
When it's him and Jeff Amata,
he is a better fighter than anybody in both movies. Number 2 in the American Ninja. He is better. What makes me laugh about how fucking shitty, and I'm telling you it is shit. I'm not telling you it's a good movie. I'm telling you it's shit. But what I like about it is that it takes itself fucking seriously, and that shit makes me laugh. Because it's like, I just imagine people like, this is going to look fucking badass. And it's shit. Where this was like,
and that's exactly why I hate that movie.
Okay. But this movie, like, was we're going to have fun. It wasn't fun for me.
We like and hate these movies for the same reasons.
But it makes us like or hate it for different reasons. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, and again, he's cool. And I can't wait to get to a point where it's him and we get to see how badass he is because he's fucking cool. But dude, Scottfoot's ass. Alyssa Milano fighting, ass.
Yeah.
Lash, ass.
You know why? It's because she couldn't hold those pants
Alyssa
up.
Milano.
They were on a
you could keep
string.
with that shit on, bro.
Alyssa Milano's
ass.
and there was a scene where she's holding her pants the whole time.
because that shit was falling apart, I imagine, bro. They were ridiculous.
And her sleeves that were like hanging down here because they couldn't be up here.
Wardrobe is
What's her number one
again,
worst
Melissa.
What's her number one worst movie? American Ninja, right? No.
It's probably like Kung Fu Zombie or something.
Dude.
Right?
I don't know that you've numbered them, but
No,
you've got
but-
Kung Fu Zombie, Silent Rage, American Ninja, and The Invincible Dragon.
Okay.
Which one was that?
Does
I don't
this
remember
go
that.
on
Anderson
that
Silva.
list?
How dare you?
Yeah.
I am
because
here.
I'm okay with American Ninja being on that list. I get it's a shitty movie. So I would put that on this list. It's a shitty movie, but you enjoyed that just like I enjoyed American Ninja. But it's a shitty movie.
I don't know.
I don't think
Is it
my
on
movie
your
is.
top 10?
Is it? I know.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think my
No.
movie is
But you
copy
said,
of top.
You wouldn't put it on the
agree
worst
with you.
movies?
Yeah, I agree with you that American Ninja's a shitty movie. But I
Guys,
enjoyed that shit.
I love it better than
We gotta
better than
agree on
Kung Fu
a,
Hustle, guys. So number 9 it is.
we have to agree on a bottom 5 list, and then we gotta if
Well,
there's
then
a
this
bad
movie's
movie.
my bottom, bitch. I guess.
Yeah,
Bitch. I would battle.
We don't
It
have to
seems
do
like
that
we have
right
five.
now.
I
We
know,
don't
it
have to
seems
do
like
that
we
right
have
now,
five. I think this one and Invisible Dragon can fight for the 5th spot. Doesn't mean one has to, like, it doesn't mean it has to be, but they're both pretty shitty.
I think for next week, let's
Go into that
Look
bottom
at the
five.
bottom.
Okay.
You don't even have sidekicks on here.
Oh, yeah. We need to list our movies out. You're right. We need to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'll make
next
sure we do
week.
that for next
Next
week.
week, yeah.
All right. So I'm assuming it's not going to be in the top 10.
Well, guys,
No.
simmer down. I'm telling you, put it down.
No.
Mark it down. Bring the bell.
I'll put it for
Bring
you,
the
but then
bell.
it's gonna be
Ding.
then it's a no and a no, so that doesn't matter.
Alyssa Milano though. We need to discuss.
Yeah, hotness.
I told
Are you
you-
putting her on the list?
Are we?
Yes.
Does she make the
go,
list?
go check out Embrace the Dragon.
But are you
Of-
putting her on a top 5 list?
of
We need to come up with
Of
our
your hot people list.
of
our
hot
own
Asian
list
ladies?
of
I'm
these.
sorry,
also.
I can't put her down on my hot Asian lady list.
No, just hot list.
Not
You're not all Asian ladies.
No, we're not.
who's in on this list?
Who's our top 5?
Pearl Thusi is on here.
Yeah.
She's
Who?
not Asian. Zulu.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have multiple non-Asian
said who?
people
The
on this list.
boobies.
The last,
Boobies.
our bottom 3, the 3, 4, and 5 are not Asian.
Yeah, you have Maggie Chung as your first one.
that's
Okay.
why. That's the only list that matters.
And then
guys.
we have
and Michelle
the only
Yeoh,
list that
Jet
matters.
Tranter.
Yes, not Asian.
Pearl Thusi.
Yes.
Jet Tranter is.
Oh, yes.
That's Cassidy from.
Yeah.
That's Cassidy.
Zulu's not.
Pearl Thusi
And
and
then-
then Mei Ling Ing.
I would take Mei Ling Yang out and put in Alyssa Milano all day long.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Oh, I would. I'm sorry. That's
She's
Alyssa Milano.
buff.
That's who's the boss.
Oh.
I mean,
That's
I would.
Alyssa Milano. I would. You wouldn't take her.
Yeah, yes, yeah, I would, but I
We
would
can
also.
take her out and we can figure out the 5. Is what I'm
We
saying.
need to do our own list because I think we all got different tastes. Because
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Maggie Chung is not on my list.
All right. So, Enrique, where can they get hold of us?
Sorry, but we can go to goddamn hell. I'll take you there with me. Let me jump on the roof.
Special delivery. All right.
Just go to our link tree. I'm gonna put it. It's right here. There's a thing right here. There's a link tree. Go to it.
It's
you can
right
find all of
there.
our all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Is there.
Hey, I'm a listener at home that's not watching.
I need you to read that right now for the quote. I'll turn it around right now, Barker. Hey, Barker, what can they call us?
Well, sir, remember you can always go to www.gungfusuperbros.com to leave us a voicemail. We're all on the internet at the same time, guys.
What's Alyssa Milano's name in this movie again?
Marion. And then, while you're looking for that, Super Producer Stevens, what's the movie for next week? And what does it make? What is this one?
It's May Dacascos. It's May Mark Dacascos.
Something like that.
We're celebrating Mark Dacascos
Yeah, we are.
in May.
Mhm.
And next week we are watching American Samurai from 1992. So this was also before Double Dragon.
Thank God.
So we're going
All
back.
right.
Which
so
sucks
we're
is imagine
keeping back in time.
Imagine
I
you
know.
think like this. All
Only
right,
the strong American ninja.
and you're like,
might be, or
this
American
is
samurai.
it. This is my break. I am the next.
He's getting roles. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm next to Scott Wolf, who's a young guy that may be coming up. Listen,
So why didn't he pop?
I heard Andy Dixon this shit, dog.
Yo, Daniel White's in
Why
this movie,
doesn't
son.
Why doesn't he pop? Just
Because
because
he probably does Double Dragon.
but he has no. He's like so like blah,
We told you that from last week and you didn't believe us.
right? What? It was one
He's-
movie, bro. I can't judge a fool's career on
He's
one
a-
movie.
He's a young actor that knows martial arts that's getting roles that are not necessarily improving his acting.
Yeah.
And let's be real. Instead of him, they want him as the bad guy.
The
They want him
martial
as the
arts guy.
sidekick. They want a Scott. To me,
He's not
Scott
white
Wolf is
and
the
blonde
is
hair
the
and-
is the guy in this
They wanted
movie.
Scott Wolf to be the guy.
Yeah.
And then Scott Wolf's like, yay!
Nowadays he would pop more.
Now he would.
Nowadays,
One punch.
yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Now he would be what they want to cast because he's everything. Right?
He would have been in Fistful of Vengeance.
Yeah.
He would have been in these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So for next week's movie, real quick,
Yeah.
it is only on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
And I-
All right.
and I
And it's
only
better if you
found-
watch it.
Here
And
we
it's-
go.
Make sure get the
Done.
one. Hold on, wait. Make sure get the American Samurai 1992 David Bradley. is
Shout out to Big
the
Bradley. Thank you
link
for that,
that
bro.
you'll get. That's not.
Thanks for bootlegging, guys.
That's the title of the thing. So
Okay.
just make sure to get that.
Make sure you send that link to me,
Google
please.
voice number
I'm watching some weird-
661-401-5941. Guys, rate, review, leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And just, guys, listen.
Enrique, before we even go, next week, will American Samurai be better than American Ninja? Be careful. You sound real fucking confident, dog.
I don't know, but
You got to make a bet. What do you think? Yes or no?
I'll say yes.
Ooh, okay. We'll see. Because
I would say yes also.
I would say yes too.
No.
But we're also really confident right now.
I'm not very confident.
But you'll say yes.
I'm
saying
going to say
American
yes
Ninja.
just because I scrubbed
American
it.
Ninja's better. It's the better movie.
Barker's going with the American Ninja
American
being
Ninja.
better.
That had lasers and ninjas.
And I had all
And
the
ninja lasers?
Have you
It had
seen-
lasers, blazer, taser.
They got all kinds
It had
of
all the
lasers.
lasers.
Have you seen American Samurai?
No.
This is kind of exciting, guys. It's going to be on YouTube. All right.
It's better quality than Only the Strong.
But do you get the jam?
We don't get that probably.
I don't know.
But
I'm
maybe
just
it will have another single version.
you never know. Yeah, well, there's two
It's
singles
got
in a row.
that song. It goes, pump up the jam.
Yeah, pump it up. Oh, Barker, say bye.
Be good humans.
Enrique,
Bye.
Super Producer Stevens.
Bye.
And remember, my name is Ivan. Love you guys.
This thing will kill me.
Perhaps, but I consider you like a son, Adobo. And like a son,
My name is Abobo.
Abobo. Fucking shit. Sorry. God damn it. All right, let's do that again. Cut that out.
That was
Cut that out. Go.
No.
That's staying in, by the way.
I know it
This
is.
thing will kill me.
Perhaps, but I consider you like a son, Abobo. And like a son, I can always have another.